Goat knee Steph Jessica.
Oh, I got to put my background on.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, feel free. We are back to Sulphur Winter, Svalvinter, the role-playing game, the Conflux Saga, and we haven't even mentioned the word yet in campaign. That's fine. This is I don't know what chapter we're on because I haven't edited enough episodes to say. But it's Misiska 24.
Insert chapter later.
Insert chapter later, yes indeed. The next one I'm going to edit is chapter 8, I think. But yeah. Anyhow, say welcome to our players. On the left, we have Goat.
Hello, I am playing Sifanu da Krimbydh, or Sifanu da Krimbydh.
Snuff.
Yeah. The disgraced doctor turned necromancer. One way or another, you're walking out of here.
Yes, indeed. One way or another. Optimistic prognosis is optimistic, but maybe not in the way you thought. And then we have Rob.
I'm the infamous Rob. I'm playing Sir Artegue da Fontra Cilor. Feel free to drop the Sir. At the moment, trying to keep everyone in the party alive, still while struggling with crippling depression.
Indeed, yes. Bad things happened last time.
This is a bad place, full of bad things and bad people.
So,
yeah, scary.
So
things.
art is imitating life. Huh?
yeah.
Quite so. And then we have, yes.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Eldrida da Vumbra. I am a hunter, scouty, little bit of witch, not really, swordswoman who has accompanied this party in the hopes of finding good magics for Fundibéra, and with moderate success, and also to do a little drugs on the way.
Yes, that has been successful. And
it's all natural. It's all natural.
Some magics have been found. Have they been good or bad? Jury's out. Anyway, and we also have Jessica.
Speaking of bad magic.
Exactly.
Hey everyone, I'm Jessica V, and I am representing the Shagulites.
Yes, bad things might happen to people before this.
We represent the Shagulite Guild. The Shagulite Guild.
The Shagulite Guild. Oh dear.
We welcome you to your undeath.
Exactly. This show is rated R because horrible things will happen, and language, and bad I mean, we've just discovered Dr. Mengele's fantasy laboratory here, so that's basically the level is set. The level is set. There we go. Viewers be warned.
Oh, I thought this was rated R because of the piracy. I've been confused this whole time.
I mean, I'm sure we can come up with lots of rationales for why. Who's going to do the summary of last session and gain a fate die? That is the next big question.
All right.
The next big question is who lost the most since last session?
This is true.
Because we've all done terrible.
I was not here last session, so it cannot be me. Very sad.
This is true. Eldrida is pretty fine.
I'll go ahead and do it, since according to my records at least, Artegue is currently bleeding the most fate die.
Yes, you are in fact lowest of this group.
Hooray! Last time, on the good news, Basimor defeated a bunch of ice barbarians. Yay, giants! On the further good giant news, Basimor threw a rock and killed Melibon, finally getting revenge from, Parama's sister. Some downsides of last session, Basimor got mind controlled and axed Greater Thule in the back, just straight up killing him. Good thing, Great Thule almost got resurrected by Sifanu into an unholy abomination to fight on our side. But then apparently there are other evil necromantic magics from Kruri that took control of him first. The Shagulites, very bad people, dropped a bunch of rocks on us from above, tried to drop us into the lava after breaking the crust over top of it. Artegue chatted with the mountain. We climbed up handholds as opposed to climbed down handholds, and that's actually the source of his depression. We captured we got inside. We captured someone. We left them there with Nefria's reavers, and went on inside. We found a lecture hall with all sorts of anomic deviations in jars and demonic body parts. Sifanu spent some time, shoving as many of those into his pack as he could possibly carry.
I like souvenirs.
Yeah. I'm assuming the Shagulites tried to block us by dropping rocks down in their own passageway. That again, we were able to move out of the way. Then, of course, we left off after finding a room with 5 naked people covered in green buboes that are apparently slowly erupting, killing them in chunks, and releasing more of those kind of faceless green people. Anyway, really for the end of last session, they begged for a merciful death, and we killed them. Artegue killed them, I suppose.
That's pretty much where we are now, isn't it?
Yep, that's a lot of it. Also, the sword that glows white hot cuts through metal like it wasn't even there. So that is useful to remember for later.
Yes, your black sword is very useful indeed.
Oh, and Purisma's head relic thing negates magic in the area. So that's another thing we need to keep an eye.
Yes, indeed. The moment Parama came close to the undead with holding that head, they just crumble, and various people who've tried to use necromancy around her have failed spectacularly because the weave just dissolves when it's within a particular range of that head. So, an interesting tool, to be sure.
I think it blocked the Cargamishan symbolism too, right?
It did, unfortunately.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I tried to get around the
let me do a cool thing. Wait, why is this working?
And here we are back in the basement of the Iron Tower. And Sifanu and Artegue will be able to hear the shuffling sounds of someone walking around without a head, I guess, bumping into walls. It's that Shagulite that Sir Artegue dealt with last time. He died
took the head clean off of.
Dramatically and to your hammer. But apparently people don't stay dead right now, so, is walking around there.
Yeah, I don't really feel like we have to chase him down and dismember him, though. He's pretty headless.
He is indeed.
I'll say if it just wanders into 60 meters that the head's range is, it'll be disposed of it anyway.
I'll roll a fear die for him here, because it's kind of jarring to see the person you just, whose head just caved in, walking around again. But you don't have to roll anything, because I rolled a single 2, and that means that you don't even need a single success. You are not terribly fearful of this thing.
You've been around me long enough. This is normal.
Apparently.
Yeah, when we get out of here, Sifanu, you're going to need to desensitize us to undead. We're going to need to spend a lot of time doing a lot of weird things.
So now what?
I suppose we can... And insofar as I'm concerned, I suppose we continue heading down this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
As we try to get deeper. And again, particularly for the benefit of Eldrida, our assumption was that since the Shagulites dropped rocks down this hallway to stop us from going this way, that meant they didn't want us to go this way, which means we should go this way.
Yes, that was the consensus.
So, So, go on down the hallway.
Indeed.
And I'm going to go slowly so you can all keep up.
Yeah, I think I give Eldrida the light source.
Yes. Okay. Well, there seems to be a very small path to our right. Get in front of me. What am I doing? Thank you.
There we go.
Well, I can't. That's the thing with the radius of your light source. I can't see.
No, it's Sifanu who has the light source.
Ah.
Oh, hey, get in here, necro guy. Doc. I'll just call you Doc. Get in here, Doc.
You could also just call him Sifanu.
Don't mock me by using people's names.
This room is dark. There are no torches on the walls or anything. In fact, what you see in here is remarkably simplistic, if you will. This is just a big pile of straw. Really. Yeah. There's a white paint on the walls, and there are someone has put like silvery ornamental I can't say embroideries because it's a cloth patterns in the white, but very long time ago and very dusty by now.
Okay.
Any of them look like an anvil by chance?
Not really, no.
Okay. Still got our eye out for a silver anvil in here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
I mean, it's filled about 3/4 with straw. That's what it is. Sifanu, want to roll some wind?
Sure.
That was a terrible roll. Sifanu sees nothing.
Not this time.
I have a pretty okay win, don't I?
I suppose you do, yeah.
2, I think.
Yep. Yeah, you feel free to roll if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give a look-see around. Remembering how to roll. 2d6.
Yeah, you're looking around a little bit.
Well, we should continue on.
There we go.
Let us
All
make
right.
haste. What's this? I go a digging into this straw bed.
Ah, yes. Yeah, far wall, there is a low altar with a silver anvil on it under the straw.
Found it.
Hey, good eyes, Eldrida. That must be that silver anvil we've been looking for.
You are super welcome.
I heft a black sword in one hand and say, well, I don't think there's anything left in this place I really need to see to declare it evil.
Well, yes, but I really want to look for more magical items. I think that's where and Sifanu needs, things. I'm pretty sure.
I look at the rest of the party, including Parama, who are all relatively damaged. I look at the undamaged Eldrida and go, well, I see where perhaps you may be willing to go get into more knockdown, drag-out fights with Shagulites, but I'm awfully tired, and, I just don't think we can do it. It makes me sad inside.
I mean, Parama is just all about let's destroy this nefarious place right away. Unless there are
Sifanu?
prisoners here that we can liberate, of course. Maybe we need to... Maybe they keep some prisoners. I do not know. Or
This
all
place
the
is
prisoners
pure
are
evil,
like the ones
of
we
course.
found in the other room.
But it might have some sort of a spell book I could pilfer, so...
I don't know what you're saying.
I think he said they might have some kind of a spellbook he could pilfer in this place.
Indeed.
Okay, well, Eldrida, lead the way.
What? God bless America. All right.
If anyone swings on me in a fight, they get bonus die. So, anyone.
Oh, I gotta remember it's a right mouse button. What do you think?
Oh!
Which way?
Although I suppose actually, Eldrida, do you have a healing potion or something I could drink to clear this
Oh.
exhaustion?
Wait.
You say wait, but
I have a thing. Hold up. I wrote things down. Yes, I've got one remaining vial of healing glacial water. I hand it to you.
Excellent.
I suppose before I drink this is. Wait, don't you actually have healing potions? Wasn't that one of your things?
I have the things to make them, but I have to have time and like some
Laboratory?
equipment. Yes, equipment.
right,
But
so
I have one potion of wildfire that I made. It's very unstable.
Mhm.
Eldrida,
Just
I'm
the way we like it.
just out of curiosity, Eldrida, why are you carrying around a bunch of ingredients for potions instead of making potions?
We haven't had time or access to an alchemy resource, or even like a campfire with multiple buckets that I might be able to engage in. We've been adventuring. What is wrong with you?
You know
We're
when we
still waiting
camp
for a
for the
long rest
night.
to level up.
You know when we camp for the night, there's like a fire and buckets and yeah.
I've been doing other things during the
Okay.
night, like sleeping.
I mean, I don't need to know what you do with your private time at night.
I
I'm
can't-
just saying instead
I
of
can't
whatever
spend. I can't spend.
extracurriculars
No,
you're
no,
up to,
no.
maybe
I
making potions.
I cannot spend a night making potions and get up the next day and adventure. I would be exhausted.
Well,
It's a whole thing. It's a whole magic-y thing.
Just okay. So I'll schedule days off for you to make potions in the future.
Yes,
would
that would
be
be
helpful
great.
for you?
Yes, it
Okay.
would.
Well, I'm just if at any point you'd said, "Hey guys, can we chill for a day so I can make healing potions to keep us all alive?" We might have said yes.
If you don't take this glacial water, I'm going to take it back.
Oh
That's-
no, no!
I hear a lot of complaining.
You are restored, body and soul, Sir Artegue.
Am I still sad?
You know what? I'm gonna double check exactly how restored body and soul you are.
I have no idea. That's why I turned to you, sir.
Yes, indeed. That makes sense.
I'd like to not be sad, but if I need to still be sad, I'll be sad.
Let's see now.
I've got an Eeyore over here I can grab for a visual sign of depression. And that guarantees our cease and desist from Disney.
Yeah, exactly. It will, in
don't-
fact.
Winnie the Pooh actually opened up to public domain. So
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna say that it's going to restore. Yeah, it's gonna make you more pleased, if you will. So yes, your depression will, in fact, leave you. But
well, then
your
now-
exhaustion will not.
Now, what if I'd prefer to be depressed and not exhausted?
then that is what happens, I suppose.
Okay, then yeah, I will remain downbeat about our chances and get my figure back.
Yes.
So yeah, I
Man's got
still,
priorities.
Then we found a new business model to get into.
I think bottling that water and selling it is primo anyway. Okay.
So thinks a real disciple of Castique, a goddess of prophets. The Paratorians will be very happy with you.
Well, now I think it's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea, just like all the ideas I have are terrible.
Oh, how quickly the winds of change. All right,
That's
so
depression for you.
which way are we going here now that this depressed man? All right, there's a door over there, and there's something at the bottom too. Let's go. I'm going down here. I'm gonna go check this out. What's down? What is this a window or what is this, Mikael?
That's just an alcove, really.
Okay.
It's a breakfast nook.
Yeah.
Well. Okay, up ahead appears to be some kind of evil portal or pool or some such.
Yeah.
Sure,
Oh, delightful.
Appears to be.
I'm gonna sneak in there, Mikael, in case there are cultists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sneaky. Apparently, I'm leading the way because.
If you want to roll your fire,
All right.
that is how you sneak.
Is it 3 or
Yes, indeed.
4? Okay,
No,
3.
it's 3.
If you want to sneak, you're definitely in front.
Oh, I do really well. I'm very sneaky.
Oh, yes, you are indeed. Yeah, there is nobody here at the moment, which is
Well, what a wasted
probably a good thing. But that big cauldron there is bubbling, definitely bubbling.
I use any of my alchemy skill to figure out, maybe what's going on in there.
You don't have to roll for that. I mean, you roll for wind to see if there is any alchemical work that you might recognize in any way.
So roll wind.
Yeah.
Meh. Sifanu, come forth. We're safe.
He doesn't know anything about potions.
Damn it.
But I do know about symbolism, and it certainly looks like there's symbols on the ground.
Yes, there are definitely those. You can roll a wind check if you want.
Sure. They're probably not Palamuxian, though, are they?
No,
Okay.
they're not.
They're just winds. That's one.
It definitely has something to do with, I mean, the symbolism in the floor. This has something to do with working with magic, but what kind of magic and how, and it's not really your school. From the ceiling, there is, in fact, you can't see it here, a cage hanging from a chain, and it's big enough and shaped exactly like a person.
Okay. Is this cauldron magical?
There's a spear with some kind of bronze tip hanging on one of the walls, too.
Do you want me to climb up there?
No, hold on. What?
Okay.
I mean, why would you climb up to the cage?
Well, because there's a spear with a bronze tip hanging up there.
That's on the wall.
What's in the cage? I thought you said it was on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Mikhail, so, correct my understanding if I'm wrong, but we can, the couple of magicians in the party can kind of determine whether or not something is magical just by examining it and seeing if it resonates, right?
Yes, you can. Unless someone has hidden the magic, in which case...
Fair.
But none of the tools in here are necessarily magic. What you would think, both for Sortiu and Sifanu, is that things in here are probably used for magical rituals of some kind.
Yeah.
It's all the paraphernalia of ritualistic magic.
So I have
We don't feel any raw magic in the air, though, so it must have been a while since the stuff was used, correct?
What was that again?
So we don't feel any raw magic in the air,
No.
so it must have been some time since it was last used, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I, of course, don't possess the big brains of either of the two of you. However, with my small brain, I'm going to determine that this is where they take their prisoners and infest them with buboes of growing people that slowly kill you. And I'm going to say we just need to break everything. This is just wrong. This is extraordinarily offensive.
I mean, I have no complaints with this, I guess.
I have no complaints with it, but isn't the whole purpose is to bring this whole place into a rubble? So this is kind of just gonna get destroyed anyway.
Considering we just walked away from the turn the whole place into rubble button, and considering the fact that we're all going to die horrible deaths with no chance of success, I think we should probably fuck this up now so that, it takes them a little longer to go back to torturing people once they've killed us all.
I'll be outside smoking. So, all right. So I just go out and
Don't get any of this magic brew on your shoes.
Yes. Have a nice time.
Storming the castle. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Sifanu, you want to keep the spear for memento's sake?
Yeah, sure. I'll take a spear.
I mean, it's a magical... Not a magical item per se, but they use it in a magical rite. So yank down the spear, give it to Sifanu.
Oh, absolutely. If I kill a Shagulite and they feel particularly bothered by the fact that I killed them with their own spear, bonuses.
Plus, you can hang it over the mantelpiece one day, in your classroom, and it'll be a fun conversation piece. Other than that, so this cauldron has, I'm presuming, feet?
It does indeed.
Cool. Artigu's gonna take the black sword of metal cutting and lop off one of the feet on the far side of it, and then scurry out of the room before his feet get wet.
Yep, and you, I'm not going to roll for things here. There is enough of you around to, if Sir Artigue himself can't do it, because it's a heavy cauldron, let's face it. It's big and filled with fluids. You can certainly collaborate around this. It's going to take a little while, and then there will be a great whoosh when the contents of that cauldron, including probably terrible things, hands and feet and various body parts. What would be in the cauldron here, Grafficanus?
I was gonna joke about it being my lunch, but no, I think the party has it about right. It's probably any number of odds and sods and unidentifiable bits.
Bits is a good way of putting this, isn't it?
You are a freaky lady, man.
No, not at all. It's all just fine. Right?
Well, anti-Creationist, it's still good.
Oh, what's this right above me? Is this a door?
Meanwhile, Grafficanus, did you want to roll some kind of, thing here? Because I know things are happening on other parts of the map that the players aren't aware of at the moment.
That sounds so ominous.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, it's fine. Everything's
fine.
fine.
I was thinking to clear that space that you wanted cleared. Garax has some necromancy he could do something with, perhaps, for example. We could roll some dice for that, is what I'm saying.
Yes, that would be great. I have so many sheets.
Yeah.
What is...
You'll be using Grafficanus's fate dice, of course, for this, because I'm an evil person. Because it's one of your minions. But I feel like you could do some damage.
Yeah, just tell me how many dice to roll. I don't seem to have access to his sheet.
Oh, I'll fix that instantly. No, you do. You have access to Garrick's. You should have. So he has a wind of 3, of course, and a necromancy up to 5. So very powerful. And then it's the question of what kind of how you want to use that.
Oh, Well, I don't. It's urgent, but I don't think the players are in that space at the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a mere 2.
Mm-hmm. And because I'm thinking that it might be an area effect you're doing.
Ah, yes. Okay. And that
because there's a lot of them there, right? So.
You ever feel that like something is happening in the forces of the world that are just completely out of your control?
I believe we felt like that all last session as evil magic death rained down on us.
I'm sorry, I'm
a
bit confused, Mikhail. Is this the release or is this the other thing we were talking about?
I'm talking about the room that you need to clear of other people to do the release.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Because they're standing guard there, right? Which is a bit annoying.
That is indeed annoying. Okay. Go ahead and because area of effect does that raise the difficulty or require more successes? I'm so sorry.
It does raise the difficulty indeed. We chatted about this. So let's see now where did it go. And for some reason my rulebook is in the other room because I did things with it before. Let's see now. We were at short range is a difficulty 3. And this would be short range.
Okay.
You need 3 successes to do it. You have 3 for your wind. So you might need to use 3 dice is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. Let's give this a go then.
All right. 6 dice altogether.
Holy.
Wow.
Sure.
That
We're
worked
fine,
really
guys.
well. That is...
This is probably time to...
No fatigue and only one type of sort of magic backlash, but you're already known as a horrible necromancer, so it doesn't really make any difference in that sense. And the strength on this attack is a 5, because you're using 3 fate dice plus 2 6s. So that's 5 points of damage on... What is it you're damaging? Is it the actual stone? Is it doubt you're sowing? What is going on here?
I believe by default it's doubt. So I see no particular reason for to change to alter the default in this case. So
yeah, okay. Feelings of anxiety or such like suddenly spark within all these people, and I can tell you that none of them have enough to withstand 5 points of doubt. I will roll their water, I suppose, but their water's 1, so it's all absolutely pointless. I can roll a water plus 1 die because there's many of them, so I guess 2d6? Still no point, because 5. So, yeah, yay, they had a success. There will be howling and screaming, and they are now all broken by fear. All of them. No, not flying. Frightened. There we go.
Oh. Poor little boys.
No, they're all now flying.
Yes, they are. I mean, they are because they're running away and
in a
hiding.
matter of speaking, yes.
And hiding in various corners. Absolutely, they are. So that kind of clears the way for you. Isn't that nice?
Fantastic.
on your route here, you, one of them who is cowering in a corner here is in fact not at all a wolfkin, but a human, whom you might have gained some word about before.
Right. Yes. Perfect.
Steve the janitor. You recognize him.
I did not like that laugh at all. Did not. Nope.
Briar, should we call him Briskfoot instead to get the alliteration here? Briar Briskfoot. That's a good name. Yeah, he has a 3 wind, which is lovely for him. But even with 3 successes, he's not gonna, avoid the horrible fate of this absolute terror. So he is also hiding somewhere in a corner, mortally afraid, and it's gonna take a while for these guys to recover. I guess you're gonna let the apprentice do the thing that you mentioned that she was gonna do?
Yes, so the apprentice who needs to redeem herself after her pathetic showing earlier.
Yes, indeed, her
opportunity, and the other individual there will take custody of the person of interest.
Mm-hmm. And leave the way you came, I guess, because the adventurers are somewhere elsewhere.
Yes.
I'm gonna be nasty here and roll the fear check for your apprentice. That was a terrible roll for the fear check, to be honest. Why am I only rolling like 1? Not a single 6. Your apprentice survives the encounter with only 1 point of fear.
Well,
unless she rolls more successes, but I don't know that she can that because she has... What's her wind? Oh, I didn't fill it out. It's going to be a 2 then. Nope, she can't win that. So, yeah, she takes a point of fear.
Well, redemption indeed.
Yes. And then I guess she will hurry away from the room as well. I did not see this coming at all. But there we go. That's fine. You adventurers will just have returned from the chamber and are on your way south when you hear howling, like desperate howling and yipping. You know what dogs and wolves sound like when they are in mortal fear. That's what's coming.
I feel really bad for Nefria's, I feel really bad.
Yeah, Nefria's reavers have had better days.
I remain fully enthused that, definitely going further into the Necromancer's Den instead of taking a win and leaving was definitely the right play. And only good things will happen to us because of this plan.
I mean, if you really want to leave, we could leave now, but I feel...
Well, right now, Artegue is running back to the Howling Wolfkin.
Oh,
and
boy.
you can follow along if you want, but though we brought them here with us and we left Briar with them to guard him, and we left the person Nefri is looking for with them too, so we have to go back.
How do I get out of here?
Hold on a moment. I have paused the game because I need to introduce a token. Quickly so as well. And where did I keep that last time? Oh, I know where it is.
It's going to be to the southwest stuff.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah. It took me a second to figure out what you were asking.
Yeah, this is an important token that... Yeah, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. What? Why is it saying that I can't use that? That's just not fair. I think I can. That one. Thank you. Yes. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, you're hurrying south. And, you can still see... is Sifanu staying up there with Nefria and Paramo?
Yeah, just before you paused, I was like, is this a door? So I was just about to open it.
It is a door. And you can open it if you want.
Yeah. That's what I was about to do before I heard howling, so...
Yeah, it's a completely dark room with 2 chairs in it. That's it.
There's no bookshelves, no nothing, just 2 chairs.
Yep. that's correct. There's nothing else in there.
Okay, boring. All right, heading back to the group then.
I feel like Nefria and Parima will try to join. Parima out of sense of loyalty to you guys, and also the head has been a good thing to have, right? And Nefria because my wolfkin.
Yes.
I don't think that she would just abandon them. Yeah, you are rushing down the hallways, trying to get back to the scene of the crime, as it were.
Also, important note for Eldrida, the Wolfkin were guarding our way out.
Yes,
I
they
do
were.
remember that now that you mention it. I recall the way. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, you know.
Yep. And as you make it back, it's a bit messy here because many tokens and so on. He's still unconscious on the floor. There we go. Who's making it back first? Sir Artegue? It seems
Unless someone gets in my way.
Yeah, okay. Run.
Okay. I was just waiting so you could arrange your stuff.
Yeah, thank you. You're coming back down there and into the room where you hear the whimpering, which is the dark room that you entered through, of course. And then you see it. Then you
I don't like
see
the way you said it.
The thing.
What is this? A dead enemy? Is that what this is here?
No, that's the headless corpse shambling through the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But wouldn't it collapse once the head made contact?
And this. Oh dear. Ah yes. This thing. I'm gonna roll the 10d6 fear check for you.
Oh, good. Well, that's the end of this.
Whoop.
Part of you is broken by fear.
Yes. This is literally like looking at Cthulhu.
Ooh.
You see a thing beyond, like, Artegue will never remember what it was, but he will always know it was something absolutely beyond this world, terrifying. His mind goes blank, and he just collapses in. I mean, at this stage, with 3 points of damage to your wind, are you gonna take a consequence? It's 4 points actually. Are you gonna take a consequence, like a 2-point consequence of permanent something? But it's not gonna matter because you're still gonna be broken by fear.
That's pretty much the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm guessing you're just done for now.
I mean, yeah, I'll be done for the scene or whatever. Wait, hold on. If I remember correctly, and I might be remembering Fasten instead, so do forgive me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there I'm so scared I just go into lash out at everything around me mode?
There is indeed, yes. You could go amok.
Could you tell me about that for a second?
Yes.
Could you tell? Could you explain running amok to me? Because it's in the rules. It's in the rules document, but it's only referenced. It's not explained.
Hold on 2 seconds, because I need my rule book.
No, take your time. Yeah. There's no fucking 10 dice. 10 dice.
Yeah, this is like when you encounter that monster in a video game that you're supposed to lose against. Yeah, that's very much what it is.
It's like, is there anyone in the party who can take 6 points of fear damage? Because I don't feel like there is. Although Sifanu could take a permanent consequence and not be broken, I think.
Yeah, that could work, right? But that extra point, that extra 6 I rolled. So we are at misery. Because that's where we're at, and we are at running amok instead of being broken. No, isn't that on the...
I think I was actually just remembering from Fasten, because in Fasten, when you got fear, or when you got feared, you could either fight or flee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a thing, but let's see now. I need to find...
All right. I don't know what I don't know. I'm just going to count on you to tell me.
Yes. I need to find it because I don't have to use this rule very often, so...
I mean, fight or flight is realistic, so...
Mm-hmm.
That being a thing.
It is, indeed.
Also to keep in mind, if you do go into fight mode, there's one Cthulhu thing and all of the wolfhounds to hit.
yes. There's... Yeah.
I mean, I must say, I don't hate that idea.
In the long term, though, what's going to work better? Weeping on the floor in front of the Cthulhu thing, or trying to fight the Cthulhu thing plus everything else in the room? Because I'm assuming it's a Cthulhu thing. It's not laying on the floor is only going to make you look tastier.
Oh, there we go. If you are broken by damage, you can go run amok.
Okay, then. Yeah. So I suppose Artegue lays on the floor and sobs.
Yeah. That's basically it. And you... Coming after Artegue is Sifanu and Eldrida, who will, like, come down to the corner there, probably making your way around the wandering dude and the wandering headless fellow, and see Artegue lying on the floor. The question is, do you go close enough to see what Artegue saw?
Well, if he's lying on the floor, I'm going to assume he's injured, so I'm going to approach him.
Okay. He is... Describe your quiveringness. No, you're muted.
Thanks, Mikhail. Artegue's just laying on the floor, cradling his face, and gouging finger runnels down his face of, blood and torn flesh, trying to exorcise the horrible otherworldly thing he's seen.
So he seems fine.
He seems fine, yes. Quite fine.
I've seen him in worse states.
I mean, I don't think we have a lot of option because there's obviously something that has harmed him and our wolfkin are in there. But I also don't know that we can do anything about this fear breaking if we're all just crying on the floor.
Can I drag him back into the hallway around the corner?
You can. Well, you're kind of weak, so you might need to roll
I am quite
stone
weak.
check.
That's why I said drag and not carry.
Yeah, I can help.
To heal the fear, you need a time of rest there. Can we use... Oh, actually, broken by fear, you can also run amok. I'm sorry.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you can run amok instead of getting a panic. You'll need to roll fire. The difficulty roll is as much as your fear goes above your wind, so okay.
Doesn't matter then. It's impossible. Doesn't. That number is unreachable with
Yep.
fire of 2.
Yep.
The number is unreachable with fire of 3, which is as much fire as you can have. So
Yep.
It's pretty academic.
Yep. So yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Nope. I'll go on trying to gouge out his eyes.
And a brief moment of clarity and
trying to
rage,
drag him
and
out of
then
the way.
suddenly...
Yeah. Sifanu, have you rolled your strength stone for getting him out of there? Because he's big and heavy and wearing the heavy armor and everything.
Nope.
You can't move him. He is just too big. Eldrida is arriving. Nefria and Parma is going to arrive as well.
I'll attempt to assist in moving Artegue out of the way.
Okay. I think Eldrida is stronger than...
I am. I think I am
Everybody's
too.
stronger than me.
Yeah. The question is if Sifanu wants to roll that strength die to help Eldrida, or if he's just going to get in her way.
I might as well throw in one more.
Roll a die. You're just getting in her way. She now has
I'm
one
just
die.
in the way.
I have one die.
Yep.
Rolling a 1 die.
But it
a
works!
50 chance is not great.
This guy.
Sifanu's kind of stumbling over everything, almost dragging you down with him. As you come back around the corner, and Perima's saying, "What is it? What's happening?" And she's holding the head. Exactly.
I'm pretty sure what is seen cannot be unseen. Also, Jessica's terrifying, by the way. Look at her on terrifying. No one's pointed this out yet, and I don't like it.
She did this last session, so we've seen this already.
I see.
When I keep
First time
commenting
she showed this image, we were like, what the hell?
Does Steph want to do a fear check as opposed to Eldrida?
just for seeing Jessica? Just for...
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
No, when I said in general chat that she looked absolutely terrifying every time she grinned, like this is what I was talking about.
I understand now. I was confused before. I was like, I don't see anything. What's wrong? Well, very good.
Perima will say, "I will protect us all," and starts walking with the head. Are you gonna?
Oh my God! I follow behind her with my sword drawn because she's gonna get herself killed.
This is either gonna work really well or really poorly.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, is she gonna see the thing or not? She's a brave girl. She's walking there upright, holding the head, not looking away, and then she will see the thing. Because no one is apparently stopping her from doing that.
I mean, I don't know that there's a thing up there, really.
That's a fair point. 10d6 on poor Perima. I get my 6s in. That is actually only 2 points of damage to her fear, which is a good deal better than it was for poor Sir Artegue. Unfortunately, she already has 1 point of fear, so she will break unless she takes a temporary consequence, which I'm gonna have her do. What could be a good temporary consequence for her from fear? Feel free to give me a suggestion.
Doubt in her ability as a,
I think that's going to be water related, not
the new leader.
No, doubt is water. This is more like in Call of Cthulhu when you get phobias or nightmares or paranoia or compulsions or things like that.
He now is afraid of worms.
I mean, I think she has good reason to have nightmares.
I mean,
yeah, that's a good idea. Nightmares is good. Nightmares I like.
I'm sorry, Jess said something.
Yeah, Jess did say something.
I was being a troll.
I'm gonna roll her.
I think she should drop the head, personally, but...
I'll give her nightmares as a temporary consequence. That's 1 point off, and that means that she takes, the second one and has not quite broken yet. And then, lo and behold, the thing disappears. You hear like a whoop, and it's just gone. Yep, that is Sir Artegue right now.
How heavy is that black sword?
Heavier than you can carry? How about that?
Damn.
You need a strength 2 for it.
I'll suggest to Eldrida that she should go ahead and stab that damn animal and get it over with.
I'm fine with that. Can we go in this room? Can we help the wolfkin at all?
Yeah, that's gonna take as long as for Sir Artegue.
Okay. Well, let's drag them all into a...
Everybody in the room right now is basically a drooling wreck. Everybody is just paralyzed in fear who was conscious, including those dirty people who you found before.
stuff, just for your reference, you see where I'm moving my pointer over there on the left side of the room?
Yeah, is that the exit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get to said exit?
Yeah, sure. Just walk
I
across.
just start dragging our allies to the exit.
Yeah. There's a bunch of pulverized skeletons lying on the floor. We don't really need them as the tokens right now because they're just cluttering up the space. And also a bunch of those weird half-human greenish creatures that, you saw. Yeah, they're just walking around without any sense or sentience, if you will. More like automatons. But yeah, there's a bunch of wolfkin. You will help them towards the exits. Parama is shaking from the ordeal. Nefria will definitely try to rally the wolfkin, but she can't because she is not a commander. She does not have the enough ability, the command ability, to be able to do that. So this is something that she will have to develop in the future if she wants to become a military leader.
Are either of the functional and people smarter than Artegue in the room capable of noticing that we're missing someone?
Indeed. Sifanu can notice that you're missing Briar.
Oh no. Was he abducted? God
He's
bless
not here.
America.
Yeah. Well, what's this white-haired token?
That's an old man sitting and grasping his...
Oh, that's right.
head.
Yeah, he was pretty much he was broken when we got here.
Curled up in a ball. In fact, also tied up in a ball, because you all tied them up before. Yep, that's her Artegue.
Sorry, guys, I really can't help you here. I'm stretching it by trying to get Mikhail to remind you there's an important NPC missing.
I
Other than that,
appreciate
I'm
you.
just weeping.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Well,
Back out in the hallway, can I find some sort of
yes.
tracks?
I looked for
of being
tracks.
dragged?
Tracking here? I mean, that is Eldrida's thing, right?
I do track. That's what I do.
Why don't we do that, then?
I am a pathfinder.
Yes. Well, that particular expertise is not going to help in this situation, but Huntsman will. So you can roll for a wind plus a fate die for Huntsman. So that would give you 3 dice altogether. And of course, spend a fate die.
3 dice is good with the fate die.
Oh, look at that success. That
I
is
roll
lovely.
dice.
You roll dice. Like madness good. Oh yeah, they came and left through this little hole here that leads to the outside that you crawled up through. You have bad memories of because of the horrible stink. It is also covered with all sorts of biological detritus, slime, blood, other mucus from, any type of biohazards, I guess, from their experiments. And it's almost impossible to not make a mark in it. There's been a lot of traffic there, yes. But with your 6 in there, 3 successes, one of them being a 6, you would argue that there's no other traces of them going anywhere else. Like when you crawl through that, you see your own tracks tracking out of the room, but not from anyone else. Like, you know your own boots, you know your own sandals in the case of Parama, shoes, and so on. But you cannot see Briar's tracks leading out of the room any other way except through this place. So you're...
off we go.
Off you go.
I will sneak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're gonna slide down the side again. Anyone else following that? Sir Artegue not capable of following?
I believe there's also stuff moving around in there.
Yeah, there is stuff. Like little pieces of flesh that is now...
What is wrong with you people?
That part I'm not responsible for.
Just,
Well, like anybody believes that.
I just don't understand what you're thinking when you're like, oh, let's put severed heads in places and gobbledygook parts. Anyway.
Well, maybe we'll have a conversation about it later.
Parama is looking towards Sifanu. Shall we follow her? She's still holding the head, like, frantically with both hands.
We should, but I also feel like we should do something with that anvil first, but I can't do anything about
The
that.
anvil, yes, the anvil. She gets that focused
Clarification.
Yeah. And she starts walking away towards the anvil. Like, she wants to mess this place up.
Well,
Okay,
don't we
between
have
the
to get
two of
out?
us, can we move the sword?
Well, we have to get all these people out, though.
She's looking hesitant. This is a good argument, so she's not gonna, like, she doesn't want anyone in here to die, right? So...
Right. So we need to get the people out of the shaft and then hit the anvil, not the animal. Talking is hard. Right? That's
Yeah.
All the people out then. Very well,
okay.
very much. I will
so
help
we
you.
have to go through this thing because it's the only way out to try to get all of our allies out.
To try to lead Wolfkin out, and
It
Nefria
shouldn't be
will
too
do
hard.
the
If they're
same,
afraid,
I
then
suppose.
running away should seem natural.
Yeah, but we're probably going in wherever they went. I don't like all of this.
Yeah. Sifanu, are you going to help a couple of Wolfkin too? Lead them out
Yeah.
by the scruff of their pelts?
Yep.
Everybody's
get
trying to
ready?
get out. Which means that we will switch scenes to outside the Iron Tower again. And that's where you will end up. Yeah, there's been a fight between Basimir and Great Thule. I haven't actually rolled for them. You can't see any sign of them at the time when you come out. The question is, of course, what can they expect when they come out, Grafficanus? Because first out is Eldrida.
I mean, I seem to recall my strategy was to drop stuff on them.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, not taking the risk that the head is in the way, as it were. And that would be, I guess it's a fire check to drop something on Eldrida from a very high altitude?
Yeah, I believe I have fewer dice since I have fewer of that particular minion assigned to this particular task at the moment.
Yeah, well, 3d6 will work. That's a success. Eldrida, you are coming out of this pipe and you had to climb basically on the mountainside. When are you noticing this as you're dragging Wolfkin out? I want a wind roll for you to discover this before it hits you. On the other hand, I feel like you might be a bit, paranoid about this whole place and keep your eyes everywhere going at once, because paranoia seems to be the appropriate attitude here.
So I roll two dice for wind?
Yes, please.
Nope.
Oh dear.
I'm so scared.
Yeah. Well, you have 2 stones, so you're gonna be fine, except, bam! Eldrida's coming down, climbing with her bow on the back, trying to grab a Wolfkin out as well, when a fairly heavy rock hits her from behind. Crunch! Doing 2 points of damage, unless you take a consequence of temporary or permanent nature.
I mean, from damage,
Yeah.
so that would be like a permanent injury.
Yeah, or a temporary injury. It could be like broken arm that will heal over time, or it could be crushed arm. She's now one-armed. That's a permanent injury.
I would rather it not be permanent if we can do that. So
Yeah, so-
I'm gonna.
Temporary consequence, which is what? A broken arm?
Yeah, we'll say I got a broken arm and I'm now one-handed.
Yep. and that you only take 1 point of damage. Crunch! That stone just dropped down from a great altitude, and you're sort of hanging there by one hand, trying to grab the wolfkin as well. I want you to roll 3 for your fire as you're trying to climb down, and I'm gonna guess that you're relying here on your dexterity more than your pure strength to go down. Okay, you are going to go down, but without any 6s, you're not going to get the wolfkin down with you. And it's going to give you a point of exhaustion as well, I'm going to argue, because this is not easy.
Okay.
After you, who was after you? It was more wolfkin. Do you want to drop a stone on the wolfkin?
I mean, the wolfkin aren't really my concern at the moment. I was sure hoping for someone specific there, but needs must.
Okay.
I also am not sure how often I can drop those.
I'm gonna say that they will have to go away somewhere, pick up a new rock, and come back. Okay. So once every second turn, maybe?
Sure, that sounds good.
So a wolfkin, but he's not coming out, is he? Because he's catatonic. He's just lying up there in the pipe. The rest of you who are stuck in the pipe, Sifanu and others, including Sir Artegue, who is also catatonic and not coming out, you will notice.
I'm just shooing everyone else out.
Yeah, you're shooting but this is blocked somewhere up ahead. People are screaming and howling, and they're just not coming out. Eldrida, you're down now on the foot of all this, and looking up, you see flying above you, of course, those demons, and they're ready to let go another rock. The wolfkin has just barely managed to come out of the pipe, but is not going to be able to make it down on his own. What do we do now?
Is there any, I look around, is there any kind of retreat option or safe place I could put these people so that way we could knock this thing out and run away? I mean, is there...
if they fly close enough, you could not shoot them because your arm is broken. Sorry about that. Yeah, you feel a bit exposed out here. There's no doubt about that. No doubt at all.
Well, if we collapse the thing on the inside, we're screwed. Like, I don't know
how everybody's going to get out.
Let me think.
Parama is doing, as you're thinking about this, apparently there's no more stones coming at you. But Parama will come out. She is basically cajoling the others to go out in some fashion. It's really hard and it's a really tight squeeze and she can't push them out. So she's going to push herself out to be able to help them somehow with her climbing. And she's holding the head in one hand and trying to climb out with the other. And then she will, Eldrida, take the head while I try to come out. And she'll drop the head to you.
I take the head.
She will, I'm doing a fire check for her tossing the head to you, and we'll see if she hits you.
My one-armed lady? Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you 1 die to catch it because of your broken arm.
I have a fire of 3 though. That's okay. 1 die.
Yeah, because it's the arm you're trying to use right now, like. So,
okay.
Yeah, it affects you. You nearly miss it. It's on the right track, and then ow, but it just boomf down on the head. On the ground. It doesn't seem to be terribly damaged or anything, but it's not in your hands right now. Grafficanus, anything happening here?
I feel like it's rock dropping time.
Indeed. Who is the target now?
Unfortunately, I feel like the horned demons are too far up to see what just happened.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They are probably still going to target Parama.
Okay, target Parama. You get 3 extra dice when you do this because she has that many points of misery right now. So that's going to be 6d6. She's just 2 out of it. And ouch! That is gonna be 2 points of damage on her. And that will send her into... I'm gonna have to take a temporary condition with her to not be broken and die. Because that would be bad for her. What is she going to break? Anyone? Players?
I mean,
Exactly.
I honestly don't know at this point what to do, because why doesn't she? It's a I don't know. Why doesn't she break an arm as well?
Broken arm. That makes sense.
I think we just go back inside and hit the button and hope for the best, because at this point we're just going to die standing out here.
She is screaming in pain, of course, when she gets hit. And she's looking at Eldrida, looking in towards Sifanu. They are here, Sifanu! What are we to do? If we go out, rocks, and if we go in, the anvil, I do not know what we can do. She is truly desperate right now. And Sir Artegue is sounding like...
Same, friend. Yeah, so...
Quick,
All right,
Sifanu, go back in time so you can agree to Artegue's plan when we started.
Oh, Lord.
That's our best call.
Okay. So I'm not strong enough to pick up the sword, so I'm going to have to summon an undead to do it for me.
This is...
I don't have to worry about that damn head in the way now.
Yeah. Someone... I mean,
I feel like you might have some other problems with that.
Yeah, the whole... Because they are all, like, the skeletal pieces that when... They're all bumping around on the ground, right? When Perima left the area where the skeletons collapsed, they start moving in the pieces. Like the skull, the jaw is moving, the hand is trying to crawl around a bit. It's not a skeleton that hangs together in any way, shape, or form, but all those skeletal pieces are moving a little bit because of what has happened. And then Perima comes back with her head, and everything goes fairly... No, does it? I'm not sure that head works on the restless. It's on necromancy, not on the restless. Mm-hmm.
Also, Perima doesn't have the head.
Right now, she doesn't have the head, no.
Yeah, can I just pick up the head?
You can, absolutely. You have the head.
Okay. I mean, I think we just go back inside and ring the bell. I can pick up the sword and try to ring the bell with my one arm, and we can work together.
All right.
Is Sir Artegue right now in the tunnel or in the room? Because I was the priority to get the Wolfkin out, or Sir Artegue?
No, I would have taken Sir Artegue as the priority, but...
Okay. So he's still sitting up there somehow, and... Very well. Okay, so Perima is up there, Sir Artegue, a Wolfkin, Sifanu is somewhere, further up the tunnel there, and there are more Wolfkin up in the actual room. So, because they haven't been let out yet, right?
Right.
As a helpful point for my weak friend Sifanu, again, stop me if I'm going too far with my unconscious helping, but Nefria should be able to hold the sword.
Yes, indeed.
Yay!
Yeah, she could, but I didn't want to tell NPCs to do things, or players that aren't here. So.
She can indeed hold the sword.
Look, we need all the help we can get right now.
I'm totally fine with her
take
taking
it.
reasonable action to assist you, even though she's not here.
She has 2 strength. She can hold the sword. Is she
right.
being sent in to do the thing with the
Yes.
anvil?
Yes, and then try to run real fast because we're all jacked up here. And I just try to, like, I don't know, get people in the same area as possible to try to survive whatever's about to happen. Because if we go outside, we're dead anyway. I don't know what else to do. I'm open to ideas. I mean, I don't really want to collapse.
Well, let's hit the anvil and see what happens.
I don't really want to collapse a whole building on top of our heads, but I just don't know what else to do at this point.
All right, Nefria is going in and doing the thing, which will then happen off screen. But she's got some instructions before, right? For how to do this. It's gonna take her a while. So she's in there, she's doing things. And meanwhile, those two things are up there flying. They're not dropping rocks at you at the moment, apparently.
Can
are
we,
they Grafficanus?
Well, can I mean, I don't know. I want to keep the group together, whatever it is that we're doing. So
yeah.
I can go back. I can go down and get the rest of the people. Sifanu, you think I should do that?
Well, I'm trying to herd out as many of the wolfkin as possible.
Okay, we're trying to get people out.
Indeed. Yeah, that problem is, of course, that they can't really roll for stuff. So the whole climbing down has to happen with someone helping them. Parima will try to, but she now has only one die to roll as well because of her broken arm.
Well,
so,
what are we rolling?
It's either fire or stone. So
okay.
You would be rolling fire, I suppose.
Yeah, all right. I'll roll some fire to try to help him.
Yeah, she's not getting very far because of that arm, but you can roll. That's a success, at least. Two successes, in fact. I'm gonna say that Sifanu probably will be exhausted doing this. That makes sense, doesn't it? You're stuck in a very, close quarters. You're trying to get your foot out while handling a panicked Sir Artegue, because I'm guessing we're doing Sir Artegue first. So I think a point of exhaustion makes sense, doesn't it?
Okay.
But then I will allow, because that's two successes, I will allow you and Sir Artegue to get out. So now it's like 3 of you, 4 of you, in fact. And then someone has to climb back up there and get the wolfkin out. The head is lying there on the ground.
No, I would hold on to the head if somebody else is doing the climbing and such.
Okay, let's roll. There will be, but this time you'll actually have a defense because you're standing on a ledge, if you will. So, and your arm is not affected by that. So, Grafficanus, you get 5 dice to attack with a rock Eldrida. Eldrida gets 3 dice to dodge. Because you're using your legs to dodge, right? It's not like your arms.
Can I spend like a fate die or something so I don't die? I don't have anything I think that applies necessarily.
That's a good question, isn't it? I mean, you can spend fate dice to avoid dying if for the death roll if needed.
Okay. Well, then I'll just roll.
Possibly, you don't have the. You know what? I'm gonna check what kind of things would apply for, because this is a ranged attack. So your defense against that. Nope, you don't have that type of expertise, I'm afraid.
Okay.
So it's a fire roll. You have rolled a...
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
I was waiting.
But Grafficanus have only 1 success. And you have 2. So the stone is coming down from a high enough altitude. By now, you know their stones are coming up. So your eyes are right there. And it crashes onto the ground. And you can jump out of the way without too much trouble holding the head in one hand. Even as the stone compels you to move away. So you're fine.
Well, that's good.
The other one is doing a different thing. And that is... let's see now, where is it? I have too many character sheets open. There we go. It is... No. Nah, I hadn't written it down there. That was silly of me. Bad, Game Master. Bad. Okay, 4 dice. Roll 4 dice to do the thing, Grafficanus.
That
Ooh,
is
that's
5
successful
dice.
indeed. That it was 5 dice, yes. It should be 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Reroll.
My apologies.
Rawr. It's a success, but a single one. Parima will see it coming and try to dodge that. So, oh, I'm sorry. You actually get extra dice. You get 3 extra dice for that because Parima is already hurt.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, I should roll 7?
Yeah.
No, you should
yeah.
roll 3 more dice.
3 more. Right, roll 3 more dice.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So 2 successes. She will roll her fire to try to get away from this, but her fire is just 2. She rolls 2 successes. You have 2 successes. She has 2 successes. You're the attacker. You win. She needed a 6. So you will see, to your horror, Eldrida and Sifanu and Sir Artegue, though Sir Artegue's horror.
Artegue's past horror at this point.
Describe it, Grafficanus.
So I believe there's also a fear effect from these things.
There is indeed.
So it is a creature out of nightmare, some sort of unholy wasp, lion, bat situation that emerges out of the sky and latches on to the unfortunate last druid with its crab-like pincers and begins lifting her into the sky.
Yep, it just thump, grabs her, covers her entirely.
Can I use my special sword and try to cut off its legs?
I will first have everyone roll. I'm going to roll a terror roll here for the demon, which is 2d6. Everybody rolls a wind check. You need 1 success. That's great. You have a 6 even.
I was going to say, out of curiosity, we'd already seen these demon things, so they'd already tried to kill us before.
Yeah,
so
this is true.
Are we scared by their reappearance?
They are horrifying creatures out of nightmares, so, you know.
Okay.
They are. But yeah, you're not affected this time, clearly. Maybe, in fact, I'm going to give you a bonus die for having seen them before, things like that. So, but I'll roll for Parima as well. Well, that's not how you roll for Parima.
Oh,
She's
these
just
aces.
completely unfazed by anything.
Given the kind of day Parama's been having, I feel like she's almost just like, what? This just scans.
Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
Fucking
And
typical.
this thing, the crab legs just grab her, and it's sitting there on the shelf right now. New turn, I suppose. Sir Artegue still is... Eldrida, you can't use your bow. You can move to attack it, though, if you want, with your sword. I'll allow you to do that.
Yeah. I'd like to make a crazy flying leap and jump up and smack it and try to cut its legs off, basically.
Indeed. And now you are starting to realize just how awesome this sword is. It has very nice balance indeed. It's like you were born with it. Are you using a fate die for your swordplay as well?
Yes. At this point, I'm going to throw whatever I can at this.
So 3 for your fire, 1 fate die for your swordplay, 1 for your sword. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then an extra die for the powerful weapon. So 6.
6.
Oh my god! Wow. This thing...
This is my Hail Mary. It's all I got.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. It does try to get away from you at the same time because it's fast. So roll 3d6. But I have a feeling that you're going to need... No, it's 4 successes. You're not going to be able to get away from this. I'm so sorry, Grafficanus. This does damage to the creature. And a lot of damage, too. It counts as... Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Eldrida, you have that scimitar. It does 1 point of damage normally, plus the 3 extra you do, skewering it basically between its eyes, because that's how fast you are. And its hide is not enough to protect that. So that's 3 points of damage right into it, which hurts tremendously. It's not enough to kill it, though. And it will lift up, even with that huge gash across its face, with mucus and whatever kind of ichor passes for its blood, grabbing Parama in its claws and flying away. Sifanu, do you want to try to do something before it disappears into the air? Unfortunately, of course,
yeah.
Eldrida has the skull. No, she can't have the skull in her hand because she has the sword in her hand and the other hand is broken. So
It's probably laying on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means that you can probably do some kind of spell work on this thing as it flies away.
All right. Well, it can see me, right?
Yes.
Cool. Paralysis.
Oh, you do the thing?
Yep.
Ah, paralysis. Nice. It needs to do, what was it, 2 successes to get through that? To
Well, I
resist
have
that,
2
right?
successes, so it needs at least a 6 and 2 on 2 successes.
You know what? I'm not gonna do the successes for the demon, but for the Shagulite that controls it. Roll 3d6.
Not enough, sadly.
Not enough. The thing is trying to lift, then you do that. And then it's just kind of stuck there. And can't move any further. So I guess Eldrida can do a coup de grace.
Yep, absolutely. Take its head off.
I mean, I just want to save Parama if I can. That's really the goal here. So, I'm sorry, am I supposed to roll something?
Yeah,
or...
you can chop
okay.
away with a sword.
6 dice again?
9 this time, because you gave it a lot of damage last time.
Okay.
And that's a lot of 6s.
It's done. You just lop its head off.
Yay! Well, good. And I give Parama the skull and I put her at my feet and just stand over her in a defensive posture.
Protecting her. Ah, yes, indeed. That is what we're doing here. And that, because, of course, you want to help women reclaim their innate powerful connection to the natural world, will immediately give you fate dice.
Yay!
You've lost 3 so far. I'm going to bring it back up to a 9. So there we go. Everything you lost is back and restored.
I do not feel restored, just for the record.
Protecting her with your body. Is there another rock coming? What's happening here, Grafficanus?
Did you see my message?
Oh, yes. Why not? Roll 3d6. I want
don't like
2
this.
successes, though. Because it's,
Fair.
you know, a small target.
Could I guess there's not really anything I could do to add fate dice to this.
No, it's not.
All right, well, here's hoping. Oh,
3 successes.
3 successes.
The other one comes down.
A lot of maniacal laughing going on.
Yes, the other demon comes down. It holds another rock in its claws. It drops the rock, and what happens?
It smashes the skull that was left sitting on the ground.
Well, didn't
You
Okay.
can't
We're
both
attacking the
attack the thing and hold the head because you have only one arm to work with right now.
No. I thought I said that was when Parama hits the ground, she takes the skull and I stand over her with my body.
Yeah. But
I'm okay however you want to do it.
So the sequence of events is this. Parama is trying to climb down with her broken arm. Then the creature comes and grabs her. She's like 3/4 of the way down. You attack the creature with a sword with only one arm, which means that the skull, the head will have to be on the floor, on the ground. And that's when you have that melee with the creature, killing it eventually, liberating Parama. But while you're doing all that, the stone lands on the head. Boom.
Gotcha.
And the
Parama is looking at the head and going, "No!" What was that, Sifanu?
Can the head roll stone to resist?
Parama sits down. Now what do we do?
We
There's
wait for
still
Nefria
one-
and try to survive.
What was that?
We wait for Nefria and try to survive.
There's still one of those things flying above you. You
I-
killed 2 of them so far, if I recall correctly.
I feel like the one that was flying above is going to leave now. It has other things it needs to be doing.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it will leave. Apparently, mission accomplished. Which allows Sifanu and the rest of you to guide Sir Artegue and the Wolfkin out, and eventually Nefria will come, of course, because she's done her thing. Is there anything Grafficanus is doing to interrupt all this while all this is happening?
Sadly not, given the nature of what I had already committed to Grafficanus to be doing at this juncture.
Fair enough. Yeah, you will now hear... it's like a tremor in the ground that you're standing on. A rumble. And it starts like a very slight vibration under your feet. But little by little, it becomes more and more. And you can hear like a crash from deep inside the cliff. There will be a rumble, more and more vibrations. I'm gonna roll a die roll. See how long it will actually take it to go the way of the thing. Interesting. Yep, everything is rumbling right now. The cliff itself is starting to shake. You can see things coming loose from various ledges. There is gravel, stones. The tower itself above you, you can see that the actual tower jutting up from the main building that is starting to sway. Bad things are happening. But Nefria is working hard to get everyone out.
Probably at least one unfortunate apprentice falls screaming from a balcony somewhere.
Probably, yes. Could it be Klisma? It might be.
She just redeemed herself.
She has redeemed... Yes, this is true. Maybe it's Barbica?
Yes, he was also a notable failure, so...
Yeah. Let's send him... I have his picture somewhere. Oh, there we go. No, that's the wrong one. It's supposed to have barbs on it. Dang it. Anyway, yeah.
We'll take your word for it.
Falling down.
He's too far away to see the barbs anyway.
The tower is starting to collapse. Between all of you working really hard here, Nefria will do her bit, of course, and she's not the strongest among you, of course. Unfortunately, that is Sir Artegue, but she has enough stone to help a little bit, and I'm gonna roll 2d6 for her to try and get her. Maybe she's using her inexhaustible knapsack to find some tool that can help in this case. How about that? Should I do that? Spend a fate die for her to find something?
I'm sorry,
Miguel,
what kind of a tool is she looking
was trying
for?
to call a timeout here.
What was that?
I think Stephanie was trying to call a timeout.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes.
Yeah, if they're looking for climbing gear, they could just take that off Artegue's weeping body.
Yeah, indeed, she will do that. So 2d6, that's gonna be 3d6. Some help there, and of course you did the thing with the cliff before the stone magic, so that's 4d6, and she's gonna do what she can to help people get down. It's gonna be slow going. I'm gonna say one roll every 5 minutes to rescue a wolfkin. Like, Nefria will be able to come out, and then one roll every 5 minutes to rescue a wolfkin. And then the question is, how long will you dare to stay before everything just comes crashing down on itself? So, yeah.
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes? All right. I'll roll, does someone want to roll for Nefria? Go ahead. 4d6. To get wolfkins out.
Rob, that's all you.
That's, I'll let you get one of them out. That's one. Let's go with another one. I think you have 2 out now, actually. That is 2 more coming out. Now it's been 10 minutes. Everything is rumbling around you.
Can, during this time, since we have retreating of the bad guys, can Parama focus on trying to heal or help the party stabilize? And I will focus on defending said party from the skies, as well as I'm going to try to get the pieces of the skull into my little knapsack.
Ah, yes.
Is that doable? Like while we're hanging out here?
Roll the rock away from the skull. Roll a strength roll to do that. I'm gonna roll for Parama to do some magic there. Yes, indeed, to help people with their various pains. How about she does 4d6 for herself and her broken arm first.
And I'm rolling stone to like put my back into it and push this rock. Okay.
She takes a point of exhaustion, but she does heal her broken arm, I believe, or at least she does heal a point of damage. You can roll once more because, you know, as all this is going on, she will try as well to heal your broken arm, Eldrida.
Okay. No, I'm worse. I can't move this fucking stone.
She does it. Your arm, she puts both of her hands on your arm, and you suddenly feel that icy, chilly cold in your bones. And your arm is fine.
I said, tell her, like, focus on Artegue. I can't move this stone. We're going to need him we need a massive fuse. That's what we need.
Very well, she says. Meanwhile, Sifanu, why don't you roll a third check for getting people out for Nefria.
Okay.
While I'm going to roll for Parama to heal up Sir Artegue from his terror. That didn't work at all. Nobody came out that time. Sir Artegue, welcome back.
Oh, well.
Fear dissipates. You still have, I'm going to say, how much is your wind? You still have 1 point of fear left, but you're no longer broken from it. It's like,
raises his head, looks around, and goes, "What the fuck is going on here?"
It's been a really bad day. Can you help me move this stone? You see me with my back against the stone, like, I can't.
What?
Help me move the stone. Stop asking questions. Questions later. Stone now.
Sounds like somebody needs to rock and roll.
I suppose.
Oh no!
I suppose Artegue will imagine that this is somehow moving the stone is somehow important for saving living people in a heroic fashion, and so he will put both palms on the stone and his tongue, and beg it to shift.
Very well.
So I'll spend a fate die for stone.
Indeed.
Or I'm sorry, tectonic summons. Wrong word.
Yes. Oh, it's going. No problem at all. It basically just flips.
Yeah, no problem.
Why didn't you just say that? It moves, and underneath you can see the remains of the head of Azer, which is...
I try to put those pieces in my sack.
Yeah.
Worry about this later.
Indeed.
Where is everybody?
Nefria's inside trying to bring the place down.
No, she's outside now.
She got out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been helping. She's basically the one who's up by the tunnel face there. But more and more things are crumbling in there. And all of these wolfkin are still catatonic and will have to be led by you. So, Sir Artegue, that stone check, this place is about to just...
Reading my mind, boss. Reading my mind.
Yeah.
Artegue, I suppose, or so, in theory, Artegue can attempt to intervene and convince the stone inside that tunnel to not collapse for a couple more minutes. Or to
you could do that. Yes, indeed.
Either that, or pie in the sky. Can I try to turn the whole damn tunnel into an escalator that just starts spitting wolfkin out to us?
That's what I was thinking. Turn it into a giant slip and slide.
So again, it's a yes but system, and in this case, the yes.
I like but.
Stop. That was weird.
The yes but is an area effect, which means that you need 3 successes.
I'm fuzzy on this. As I recall, someone did something evil and magical up at the top of that tunnel. Yeah.
Not really for a while.
No, I mean, so what I was really asking is...
you want to use some...
Is there lingering magic there that I can
There is lingering magic, because Parima has been using her gifts, and she's been doing 3 times. So there is, in fact... Well, I'll give you at least an extra die.
I was going to say, yeah, you want heroism here? How many... just tell me how much lingering magic there is around that Artegue can try to whip up into this.
Does the Kagamushi rune count?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's magic you did a long time ago.
Okay, just want to clarify.
I'm gonna say, how long does it linger? It typically is a scene,
I have no idea.
Right?
I don't know how long a scene is. There's so many things, Mikhail, that I don't know.
Indeed. Yes.
Hey man, I also have to ask.
It's the same scene. Okay, you can grab all 3.
All right, cool.
Same
Scene. So let's. I've been watching Sifanu's anti-Creationist ways.
Anti-Creationist stuff. So if you roll once on your fate dice, bad things will happen. You will have to use one of your own as well. So. You're down to...
I'm simultaneously proud and disappointed.
Artegue going. Artegue is only creationist in so long as it's the most reasonable alternative at the time. Here, I don't have time.
7 dice at your disposal, And 4 of them are fate dice, so if they roll once...
Yes, I agree. Thoroughly unreasonable to be restricted by the strictures of creationism.
Indeed. You have 3 successes. Look at that. A 4, a 6, and a 5. And a 6 to add extra power to this. So you actually have a level 5 power on this.
This is a fuck you. I don't do what you tell me, God.
Yeah, pretty much. So how are you convincing the stones? Describe to us.
Since we're back to the kind of mountain in the middle of the volcano, with which Artegue is already familiar, Artegue is going to put the pebble he took off the side of the mountain much earlier, back into his mouth, and he's going to begin convincing the mountain that it does not want to eat all of these wolves, and that while it while it takes the tower back that the mountain folk once built, the wolfkin were not meant to go with it, and that the volcano very much would like to spit, to ripple, to use the tunnel through the mountain like a colon, and push those wolfkin out. Just contract and ripple on down, baby.
This is so weird.
It does.
And it's already all looped up, just like a colon. This is great.
Hey, so weird, man. Why you gotta make it weird?
I'm trying to save the wolfkin.
That's how we name episodes. They're making them weird.
All the wolfkin are, in fact, extricated. How about that? Ejected.
Extruded, perhaps.
Yes, excreted from the mountain one by one, falling out. They will hurt themselves rolling down because they are still catatonic and not healed at all from their mental damage from whatever they saw.
We're trying to do our best here, okay?
Yeah. All in all, you have 10 wolfkin and yourself and Paramount. 2 wolfkin are gone. You don't know where they might have gone to.
Well,
Artegue looks around, does a quick count to the group, and
no
goes,
Briar.
Where the fuck is Briar?
I haven't seen him since the tunnel. This is the only way he could have come out, so my guess is that,
he's probably kidnapped.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
Well, assuming I
The
don't
bridge?
see a kidnapped Briar,
run straight across the crust?
Yeah, it's run across the crust under the bridge, praying that it's still strengthened from the last time Artegue strengthened it, and that no one has undone his magic.
Apparently, yeah. You are all running and just dragging the wolfkin with you.
Oh, I got like a wolfkin on both shoulders. I'm dragging like 2 or 3 more by the feet. It's,
and moving across as fast as you possibly can. It's gonna take some minutes, of course, but behind you, as you're about midway across, when you see the tower, stone by stone, the tower itself folding over into itself, the cliff also collapsing in on itself one by one, and then slowly starting to actually sink into, like, there's a crack of lava around it. The bridge folds as well, starts to tipping down into it, and running with basically just your hearts in your throats, you're gonna make it across to the other side of the foot of the crater, and behind you, the Iron Tower is disappearing into the lava with whomever was still inside.
No!
I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
It
would be better if Malik was, laying there beside the lava while their body slowly crisped, but,
Again,
we're trying not to get a cease and desist from Disney.
I mean, I feel like just getting out of this alive is a big accomplishment.
I mean, Malik's all the way back in Arham.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
Well, so we assume Briar is kidnapped because there was no trace of him inside that I saw. and I'm a pretty good tracker. So he must have been taken out, but I mean, I think he probably got abducted. That would be my best guess. Well, we'll hope anyway. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's better to be dead. I don't know.
Well, the people that the Shagulites captured before were literally begging for death, so I'm going to go that's the worst option.
Well,
is abduction. Cool. Well, one more reason to hunt Shagulites.
Are we climbing up the wall here to get back up to...
We're trying to get the hell out of here. We need to find a safe place some kind of safe place to go. And
before we climb up the wall there,
yep.
And perhaps while we're running along the underside of that bridge on the crust, can we take a quick look up to the top, that gated area where before there was an enormous undead giant and an enormous mind-controlled giant fighting each other, and see if maybe that's still going on before we climb up into it?
How about we do some rolling here for giant fights? Grafficanus being in control of Basimor, 5 dice, 6 for the axe. I'll have, what is it, 7 dice for Great Thule because he's now, undead.
Yeah, I boosted the hell out of him.
I do remember I was at a disadvantage.
Yes, indeed. So 6 versus 7, I guess?
7, 8, 9.
Ooh, might not matter.
Might not matter. Great Thule. You have 1, 2, 3, and I have 1, 2, 3. You're the attacker, I guess? So you win, and you have 2 6s, so that's gonna do a tremendous amount of damage to the undead Great Thule with that axe. Yeah, at that stage, the match is gonna be... I mean, next time... No, the Great Thule doesn't get any misery. You just chop off like an arm or something. Let's do another round.
I feel like probably what's gonna happen is, like, I might win, but it's gonna be a Pyrrhic victory, because parts of, like, what's-his-face are still gonna be moving and doing things.
Yeah, exactly.
So probably it ends with both giants toppling into the crust and sinking into the lava. Is how I feel that goes.
That could very well be the case, yes. So, as you are running back across the crust, you will see a gigantic opening of the crust near the foot, where there's basically just a hole and lots of lava spurting. Don't go close.
Yeah, no. But you advise us that we avoid that area, as the crust is most likely to be weakened there. Because his magic is not enough to overcome whatever made that enormous giant-sized hole.
It is not. You are quite correct. And now I'm going to have to do a thing with the scene. Because this didn't turn out the way I thought it would, but that's okay.
Never does.
It never does, right?
No. Not when you involve players in it.
Indeed, right? I think that is all of them, right?
Couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
I'm sure it's at least twice as many as there should be. Of whatever it is.
Of whatever it is, indeed. It's going to be hard for you guys to get the wolfkin up because they're still catatonic, but you guys can climb up for now. So I'm going to put you guys up there. And
I hate this place.
There we go. You have climbed up the wall to find a procession of Shagulites. Yeah, that's not a Shagulite. That's like a. Well, maybe that one.
Hey, that guy's not green.
This is true. That one is not green. It is in fact a mummy. I'm sure there's going to be like a a skeleton there, and maybe a zombie as well. So when you come up there, they are involved in their own doings, basically. I have forgotten one of them. That's the one. There we go. Will you describe the procession, Grafficanus?
Yeah, so I mean, it's, it looks simultaneously harried, but also formal, as if this was a ceremony that had been previously prepared and has now been rushed a little bit. But yeah, it's led by, have any of them seen Grafficanus before?
They have not.
Okay. It's led by a very unattractive man who looks like kind of like low budget Shrek situation going on there. But like with several diseases, maybe.
You are my favorite person.
Carrying a torch and, you know, sort of pontificating about, you know, death's end being at hand, and, you know, the faithful shall have their reward, and all the sorts of things that mustache twirling villains tend to say in these sorts of situations. You know, trailed by various bedraggled looking, mostly, I think most of the leadership managed to survive, but there's only, or we're short quite a number of apprentices now.
Yes, you are.
And I also imagine there are those demons circling in the sky as well.
Yes, they would be.
We need to find safety and rest, so Eldrida does not want to engage in this at all, period.
Well, hold on. Are we done with our nefarious description of the scene?
This thing, I can add
a couple... I imagine Briar is also there, just still weeping and being dragged.
Yes,
by...
indeed. They have Briar. This is absolutely true.
Oh, no. Just don't worry about it, Steph. There was no chance we were going to let them go without a fight anyway, despite your wishes to the contrary.
I can add that Grafficanus is dressed completely in purple. He has like a mushroom-shaped hat. He's
really not doing anything for his,
and he has a
bright green skin.
With a claw on top of it, the quarterstaff, and this claw is moving. It's like a moving, handy type of thing. 3-fingered claw. He's not the only one there, of course. If Grafficanus is the ugliest Shrek you've ever seen, then next to him is standing another man in red robes, actually black robes with very nice silken robes with a nice red trim on it, and he looks amazingly beautiful. If there was ever someone who could make a Shagulite who could make himself a career as a photo model, it would be him. There isn't a wrinkle on him. There is not a feature that's not perfectly symmetrical.
I feel like he has signed a contract somewhere with some beautiful bad guy.
It's all an illusion.
And yeah, they're standing in front of, over here, I'm gonna do so over here is a pair of doors leading into some kind of, it looks really like a tomb for you guys, in your estimate? Like a stone slabs, I should say. And yeah, Grafficanus is standing there with his staff and doing the thing.
All right.
Are we doing this? Am I supposed to have vision in the scene?
Oh, you are absolutely supposed to have vision in the scene.
No, Grafficanus is actually blind. Little known fact.
There we go. You have vision in the scene.
I prefer it that way, actually. Could we go back to the blind part?
So nobody's paying attention to you guys as you come up the side of the cliff here, because they're clearly involved in some kind of ceremony. With Briar, his hands are shackled, and he's shaking.
We have to save him.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Quick question. So who has so Briar's hands are shackled. I presume someone is dragging him in some fashion.
Yep. Couple of
who's dragging poor Briar?
It's two of the Shagulites next to him.
Excellent.
I believe the owner of dragging Briar would go to the person who captured them.
There are also other prisoners here, I should have to say. There's going to be an ice barbarian of some kind. There is a human, and another human, and that's it. Yep, that's all of them.
Artegue is not, having quickly assessed the situation now that he's no longer weeping or clawing out his eyes, Artegue does not believe the situation will be resolved with discourse. So,
You don't say.
Leroy Jenkins!
Literally, no one has tried talking to us.
there will be no yelling. There will be no Leroy Jenkins. There will just be rushing forward with a hammer and hoping they don't see me until I smash one of them with it.
Yeah.
Very well.
Let me know when we can start combat, I guess. This is the thing.
I mean, what is everyone else doing?
I intend to throw my wildfire at Grafficanus' head, and then and hopefully it lights anything around it on fire.
Another thing Eldrida is aware of at this point, Shagulites are fire resistant.
I don't do that.
Green people appear to secrete crap that makes them less flammable. We discovered that.
I see. I don't do that.
By trying to light them on fire.
I too will follow Artegue in, and
Indeed.
I mean, yeah, we'll die, but at least we'll die like heroes.
I mean, I have a sword.
Oh no!
You do.
You won't die.
Nobody dies around here.
Eldrida is rushing in.
Very important role. A place
Parama will
prepared
just
for you.
follow because she doesn't...
I hand the sack of skull pieces to Parama, and I say, maybe we can put these back together. I don't know, but we'll figure it out later.
I guess Nefria is there as well.
I look forward to my part in
Nefria
Grafficanus'
has
great plan.
a dagger, and she's like, she's gonna make people feel bad. That's what she's gonna do. Grafficanus, since you are literally talking to the crowd and facing your disciples, you will see these group of 5 rushing across quietly, but they're coming.
Bedraggled, covered in shit, like slime and pieces, parts from your tube all over us.
Big damn heroes.
The final challenge is at hand. Seize them!
Seize them! Okay, they will do that. Oh my god.
Don't seize us. Don't.
As
Eldrida
soon as
is
they all
faster
turn around
than...
to look at me, I'm gonna do the thing again.
I'm gonna do
yes.
the thing again.
I'm just gonna paralyze the whole group.
Eldrida, you have the high fire, so you are rushing in there before basically anyone has a chance to do anything. So go ahead and roll against someone. You pick your token. You do you.
Let's see. This guy is who's the pretty boy?
The pretty boy
left.
is
this guy. I see him. Oh yeah, he's very pretty. Okay. So these are captives.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Looks like they're holding the captives. This fine lady.
Yep.
I would like to try to behead her.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's roll for it.
6 dice. 3
yeah.
fire, 1 weapon.
Yeah.
1 powerful weapon, and then I don't know. I got a bonus last time for something.
Yes. So you still have 1 point of damage, I believe. Though did she heal your damage or your broken arm?
Broken arm.
Okay.
I thought both.
I think it was just the broken arm.
With the 6.
Yeah, but that was for the broken arm. Yeah. So you have 3 for your fire, 1 for having a weapon that is longer than the apprentice has. So that's 4. Another because it's a powerful weapon. So that's 5, and then you can add another die for your swordplay.
How many fate die do I have left in my bucket?
9.
I use that fate die then. We go.
Very well. 6 dice.
I have 9 fate die. All right, here we go.
Roll.
Oh.
It's 3 successes, and poor Klisma can only roll 2 dice because that's what she has in MLA right now. Jessica, do you want to roll Klisma's dice? Well, I mean, it's 3 successes. Eldrida, describe what it looks like when you start the carving business here.
Well, it's a scimitar, right?
Yes, it is.
So she raises the silver scimitar, the light glinting off of its edge, and brings it down, and just basically like goes right through neck to armpit.
You would like that to be the case.
Yeah, whatever.
However, it does.
It
Since you
sticks
didn't
in
have
the
any,
collarbone. Sticks in the collarbone.
Since you didn't have any 6s, it's no extra damage. So it does the base damage of 1. And unfortunately, she does have enough somatrophy for her skin to be very leathery. You cut her just like that, and she's kind of looking at you very shocked.
Can I?
But doesn't take any damage from it.
Can I spend another fate die to re-roll those miss dice, or no? Is that not?
That's what experiences are for.
Yeah,
that is what your experience is for. So you can spend your experience that you.
I think you're the only one with experiences at the moment. So.
Yeah, I accidentally helped raise an undead army by claiming this magical sword.
There you go. Re-roll as many of those dice as you want.
All right, let me see how many I will re-roll.
I mean, you really don't need any
3
more
of them.
than. You really, yeah. You can re-roll.
The 2-1-1, right?
No, you can re-roll.
Roll all of it. You want 6s?
4 of them. Why not?
Yeah, you need to keep 2 successes effectively to overwhelm the 1 success they roll, or to make sure you overwhelm the one they roll. And other than that, they don't count.
I understand. Okay.
There we go. That does some damage. She will, in fact, not at all go my robes. There is blood. Icky green blood coming out of her. She's like, ah! She takes 2 points of damage, which is not enough to kill her, but it is enough to give her a lot to think about. She staggers backwards. Who else is fast here? Nefria has 2 fire. Anyone else with 3 fire? I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Nope. Then everyone with 2 fire. That's gonna be a lot of people.
Alright, I want to do the paralysis thing from a distance, try to hit everybody.
I believe the horn demons have 3 fire, if I'm reading this.
They have, yes. They do have 3 fire. Okay, what do they do?
I think it's time to do the attack of theirs I haven't got a chance to use yet. The short range one.
Oh, yeah. Then they have to fly close, but they can do that.
I mean, do they have rocks at the ready, or
not really?
If they. Yeah. So I guess
you can do the 4d6 thing that you did before.
That's true.
And just. Yeah. Okay.
And don't stop giving her ideas. I don't like it.
Who has the item that I'm interested in at the moment?
That would be Artegue.
Oh.
Okay, roll 4d6.
I don't know what I have that you want, but you can't have.
Roll 4d6. Artegue, you can dodge this by your fire, which is 2d6.
I mean,
oh
that is a terrible roll.
The
I'll just
demon
stand there and let it
lands
fall.
next to you. Boom! Trying to grab you with the claws, but completely missing. That sucks.
Bro, that's rude. Bro.
There's 2 more, though. Is everyone ganging up on him?
Well, I imagine the Shagulites in control of them would very much like to be the ones responsible for claiming the said item. So yeah, I imagine they are all hanging up on you. Sorry.
Then we will add 2 more d6 to your roll, because it's actually 3 of them attacking Artegue at once. So just 2 more d6 on that roll. Okay, it's a 6 at least. Artegue, you have your fire to dodge with.
And may as well.
And you manage to basically jump out of the way as 3 of them clash into each other, trying to grab you first. They're all sitting on the ground now.
Can't touch us.
Sifanu, you want to do paralysis on something?
Well, all the Shagulites have just turned to focus their attention on our group, so they're all looking at me. So I'm gonna hit them all at once.
Okay. Roll. I guess they have to. Now you do the thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, that means that they will have to roll their wins. This is gonna be a lot of rolls. Klizma will have a problem now because she's very hurt. She has a 2 wind. Why don't you roll Klizma 2d6 there? But she's not looking at you. She's looking at Eldrida, definitely. So that's okay. How about Terlispa there?
I guess Charisma is mostly fine, actually.
I guess so. We have Terlispa has a wind of 3. He has 1 success. He needed 2, right?
Yep.
He is restrained. And we have Lecone. She has 2 as well. Restrained. Clever little thing, that, isn't it? This would be...
Don't get fucked.
3 for Garotlan. Really?
What?
You should have brought an archmage like Sifanu along. I don't know what to tell you.
God didn't stand a chance.
Garax also has a 3.
Oh, there we go.
He's fine.
So
And
the severely injured one, and like...
yeah. Grafficanus, of course, is better than anyone else here. Because he is Grafficanus after all. And he has 4.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Apparently he's so shocked over this. Go
And I don't think he has experiences I could use, because I think Malik is the only one who has those.
Yeah. Gobrugda also has a 4.
Well, if Gabrugda succeeds and Grafficanus fails, he is never going to live that down.
He doesn't, though.
Fortunately for Grafficanus' ego, Gabrugda does not.
A whole bunch of Shagulites are paralyzed for a turn. I think it's a turn, right?
Oh, I thought it was a scene.
Is it a scene? Oh my god. They're paralyzed for a while now. That's bad news for the Shagulites. Oh,
It's fair.
dear.
We'll give you we can call a pause. You guys can take a scene to unparalyze, and we'll take a scene to level up. And we'll take.
Well, you do have a bunch of only one of, you know what? Only one of the demons will be able to move.
Well, the demons weren't looking at him, though.
No,
Demons
but
were
they're
actively
controlled
concerned
by
you.
a Shagulite each, right?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
And
That's
they
fine.
are controlled, so it's Garax's demon can still move. Okay, that was Sifanu. Nefria is gonna scream things at Shagulites. You should be ashamed of yourself and go home to your mother, or
I like it.
something like that.
That Garrix guy looks like he has particularly weak, self-esteem.
Yes, let's do that. 4d6 versus Garax to make him run away.
Oh.
Oh, this is terrible for the Shagulites.
I feel like that. You know how we feel inside of the building? I feel like you feel like that now. That's how.
That could be the case. He has 2.
Not so tough without your tower, are you?
He needs to roll 2 successes, but he's still the aggressor, so he's gonna take 3 points of doubt, which breaks him because he has he has only 2 water. So are we gonna take maybe a permanent consequence of doubt here? to not break Garax.
What is the nature of the available permanent consequences?
Yes, let's. This was not how I expected this to go at all.
Even remotely.
Even remotely.
He is permanently intimidated by women.
Consequence.
That's he's got mother issues, obviously. This is what happened.
He might get a
Wow.
life crisis and has to abandon his destiny, which of course doesn't do much right now. He might get depression, like permanent depression from now on. And his water will count as 1 for the rest of this session and the next one. He might promise someone to help them and do a service for them.
I imagine permanent depression is most appropriate. That mother reference really hit hard. This is probably a little bit of my mother was a saint.
So he is not actually broken yet, but he is so angry with Nefria, who comes and dares to insult him like this. That leaves Perima, who is just desperately gonna try to knife a demon because that's all she's got right now. She's desperate. She's out of it. She doesn't know anything
Is she knifing
anymore.
a demon that isn't moving?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I mean,
What kind of bonuses do you get for knifing something that can't move?
Coup de grace. Coup de grace.
She
I don't
is
know.
gonna go to town on it. Let's just say. She
I see
hurts
Parama
it.
there screaming and going, ah!
Spoof. There's blood and ichor coming out of that thing. Blood and ichor coming out of it.
Probably a bit eerie because I imagine it can't even scream.
Exactly, but yeah, one Shagulite is going like, "Ugh, pain, folded over. So
they can't
all
move
of you
either.
have acted now, right? Artegue is done. Eldrida.
I haven't
isn't-
actually done
Yeah,
anything.
Artegue hasn't done anything yet.
Oh, Artegue and Eldrida isn't on the map for some reason. Now you are. Sorry.
No,
about
she
that.
is. She's up
Oh,
there
she
in
is.
the
Yeah, I'm
group
so
of
sorry.
Shagulites.
yeah.
I'm just confused. Sir
There's
Artegue,
also the
thing.
very injured Shagulite who I think is just going to run, honestly.
Yeah. Sir Artegue, what are you doing?
Well, I hear that 2 of these demons in front of me are kind of standing there complacently at the moment, and one
Yep.
of them is still like all threatening demon mode.
Yep.
So I'm going to hit the... Well, okay, first off, I'm going to go Berserk. Second off, what does running amok do? And then I'll get to my third part. Because
Okay.
unfortunately, the rules document says as running amok, but with more control, and I still don't know what.
I should add that, shouldn't I? I'm so sorry.
I'm not
amok,
blaming you. I
amok,
just
amok, amok. I mean,
right. I want to know what I'm signing up for before I hit the button.
Yes. Of course.
why? Why does that matter? It hasn't stopped us before.
Oh, but this is mechanics. That's different.
Oh. Sure thing.
He wants to
sure
know
thing.
how much harm he can do to us as well.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Running
Plus,
amok.
for all I know, you get bonuses for running amok.
Well, it's
I
only
truly
if you're
have no
broken
idea.
by damage. You're not broken by anything right now, so...
Yeah. But you decide when to release your Berserker Rage. The effect of Berserker is like
Right.
running amok.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, you're
So,
you're right.
So I'm looking for what the like is, you know?
Okay, yeah, you will be filled with bloodlust and keep fighting. No one can use misery against you for the scene, but you have to fight until all enemies are defeated or have fled.
Well, that sounds like what we do anyway.
Yep.
Oh my god.
What is the downside?
All right, so yeah, I will.
I mean, there's
will-
no retreating whatsoever here. That's the downside.
Yep.
I wasn't retreating anyway.
If you take more damage during the fight, you are automatically broken unless you roll again to run amok, and you will be broken after the fight and have to roll your death roll then, basically.
Okay, all right. So every time someone goes berserk, they have to roll afterwards to see if they die.
Not necessarily, only if you take enough damage too.
Ah, okay. So if I take enough damage to kill me, then I have to roll and see if I die.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. See, thanks.
But
that's
you
a
won't
very
be affected by the
important
damage during the fight. So, okay.
It's a very important clarification.
So Sir Artegue is gonna go amok.
Yeah, he's gonna go amok. He's going to finally get to swing the demon-killing hammer at a demon. Because heretofore, they've all run away before I got a chance. Yeah, I'll spend a fate die on my swordsmanship or hammersmanship.
Yep.
And that'll get me to the hammer give me a +1.
1, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
The hammer gives me +1 for having more reach than the demon? Question mark.
So 3, 4,
5.
5 for the hammer and 6 for the fate die. So there you go.
It's hammer time.
Wow. Nothing but successes.
Today is the day.
Today is the day.
This is the reckoning.
That's
all that crying has finally paid off.
I have a lot of tears. I need to work my emotions out through my hammer.
And the hammer does a 3 base damage. Every 6 is an extra.
Oh, lovely.
So you do 6 points of damage. You cave in one of these demons. It's just done. If you want to, you can pass on 2 more points to another.
Can't think of a convincing reason not to. So I will pass on 2 points damage.
And you're now covered in demon goop. And one of them is just destroyed on the ground. It's just not... It's... You know that effect when you really hit like a bug hard or something?
Yeah, and it splats.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gallagher and a watermelon. Absolutely.
Then everyone on your side is done, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's have...
I like having witnessed that. The last remaining Shagulite who can move is just gonna fucking run for it.
No, Garrix can move.
Well, like I said, he's going to run.
And Klisma can move.
Also probably going to run.
Okay, where are they going to run?
Two like low to mid-ranking Shagulites against all of these people. Not great odds.
These clear lunatics.
Garrix, I will say, is in fact not a low-ranking Shagulite. He has necromancy of 5.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Yep.
I guess he could try to do a fear effect since only certain people can move now.
Yep.
What I think Garrett should be thinking of, I'm the new boss if I get out of this alive.
I mean, Klisma has tried to yeah, she's the way she is, but Garrix can definitely do a fear effect. And this is short range, so you need 3 successes. And he starts with 3 wind. So how many fate dice are we putting into this?
In the interest of not going down completely like a punk, I feel like I should spend 3.
I don't think you're going down like a punk. Did you see how fucked up we were? I was like, I don't know, we're all gonna die here. Might as well just throw the switch.
Roll 6 dice.
Oh,
I love this.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was.
That was bad.
Now, the fear attack is not as bad as you think it is, because it's still 4 points of fear. Right?
Yeah, I was about to say, it's still fucking devastating.
The 3 fate dice that he puts into it, and then a 6 to it. So it's 4 points of fear, which means that you will all break from fear unless you take a permanent consequence or a temporary one, depending on who you are.
Wait, can I get to roll to defend first?
No, this is damage to your doubt. Straight damage. It's like an attack, like so. Maybe, yeah. Let's have a look.
Don't I get to roll wind as a counter?
Yes, magic defenses, indeed.
And
you are not wrong, I think.
wait, so this is an AoE attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a magic attack, but you've already done your action for this turn, Sifanu. Like, you literally paralyzed almost all the Shagulites.
Yeah, no, I get that. But then before the roll was even made, didn't you say she needed 3 successes, but she only got 1?
I did!
Yeah.
The spell fails.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I was wincing. I was a bit
I'm
confused.
just being
but-
confused.
All hail goat! All hail goat!
If it had succeeded, it would have done terrible things. But it didn't. Yeah, you can feel the enormity of the type of powerful spell that he's being using here. Now, there's 3 fate dice worth of magical residue lying around.
Given how many fate dice that I put into that, at least a few of those would have been 1s. So
Yeah,
I imagine.
I was about to say, she got the 1 on that.
1 is a 1.
Yeah,
only
because
one.
it counts from the right left for how many fate die there are. So if there were 3 fate die, it's the right 3.
And Klisma's
Okay.
running away, you say?
Yeah, so it's just the 1. Okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine her standing up to this amount of punishment. Not just.
Why don't we roll her fire to run? 2 dice. Yeah, okay, I'll let her get away. She's running. But the undead
If I
are
had
not
rolled
running.
Snake Eyes, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. So there will in fact be a mummy trying to attack Eldrida as the new turn comes, and the other undead will deal with Nefria and Sifanu respectively.
Excuse me, sorry.
So Eldrida, you are now the defender against a mummy with a 3d6 strength, trying to grab you because
So
that was
sorry.
the last order Grafficanus said. Do you want to roll
Okay.
the 3d6 there, Grafficanus?
And do I still get 7 die with the extra fate?
You do indeed. Oh, actually, yes, you do indeed. Yes, you do indeed.
So I,
Not
I
liking the mummy's chances here.
1, 2, yeah, that's you win. And now you will discover something else interesting about this sword. You remember how it did 1 damage to Klisma until you re-rolled?
yes.
Its base damage against the undead is 2.
Oh.
Which is why, of course, you had a vision of the sword destroying the undead.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. I like it. I'm
Unfortunately,
digging
it's
it.
not quite enough to bring it down since it has 3 stone, but and it also doesn't care about misery, so you still have the same dice next time. But you're halfway to chopping it into pieces. I'm sure an arm just came off as it tried to grab you. It failed miserably.
I mean, at this point, I feel like we could just go to narration.
Yeah, yeah. Like Nefria, Eldrida will do the process very short with the mummy, and I think Sir Artegue will do the same with the rest of them here, right?
I'm actually going to go chase Garrix next because those other 2 weren't moving. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the other 2 undead? Nah, Nefri will be fine for a turn. The spellcaster is much more dangerous. No.
Okay, I'll roll the attack on Nefria. Who wants to defend for Nefria? It's 4d6.
Nominate,
on her.
not me.
Sure. 4 dice?
Ow! Nefria will have. Oh, actually, they have another d6 as well because she's hurt already. So there we go. Okay, didn't matter. Yeah, she's gonna be hit. She's gonna take 3 points of damage. I'm gonna distribute that so it's actually because she was supposed to be grappled. So she's gonna take a point of damage, and the rest because the Grafficanus order was seize her, not kill her. She is stuck in a vice-like grip. That is what she is right now.
But, I mean...
Sifanu, what do you want to do?
Yeah, we have an Archmage for that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take control of the one that is not grabbing her.
Yes.
And have it attack the one that is.
Indeed. Let's remove one of your fate dice.
And if I recall, there's a whole bunch of extra points floating around too from that last spell. That
There
failed.
is 3, in fact. So you can roll 4 fate dice to your necromancy. Boom!
Big.
I'm just gonna roll 6. I'll leave 1 behind.
Nope, you have to grab all of them. You cannot just
Oh, I
pick
do?
one. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, why not? All out.
All out. Well, you have now gained another point of reputation as a horrifying necromancer.
Congrats.
Congrats. There
things
isn't a
happen.
single success, 6 in this, so you take some kind of mishap. What do you do? I mean, that's actually bad, because it's the number of fate dice that is, oh my god, you overload yourself completely. Whew! You ever just rolled 4 fate dice worth of... This is like, reminder, casting magic in this system can be tricky. The more fate dice you have, the worse it is when you don't get any 6. The spell can backfire and affect you instead of the target. The spell can affect a friend or an unintended target. You can get exhaustion equal to the power level, which is 4. You can get damage to the power level, which is 4. You can get a glimpse of the world between worlds and get fear to the power level, 4. You can lose faith in your own abilities and gain doubt to the power level. It might be so that the magic permanently changes your appearance. A spirit might attack you. A summoned undead or demon or illusion attacks you.
Sounds great.
I think this undead will attack you as you try to
I
control
don't get a
it.
say in this, huh?
What was that?
I don't get a say in this.
You decide, yes.
Oh, let's go with disfigurement then.
Okay.
Well, let's say my my left hand that I was casting with withers and blackens, so now I have to wear a glove so it's not obvious I'm a necromancer.
That's great. Okay. We'll put that on your sheet. Sifanu has
Necromancer hand.
necromancer hand.
Necromancer hand.
It's a well-known occurrence among necromancers.
Yes. But you do control the thing because you have 3 successes. All right. What is Sir Artegue is gonna smack Garrix? Is that what we're saying?
That's my goal.
I'm gonna give Garrix a chance to do one last thing before the hammer comes down. What do you want to do there, Garrix?
Well, I mean, Garrix has probably stopped thinking in terms of ambition, is more just like terrified for his life now, due to
Probably, yes.
being about to come down with a serious case of hammer to the face.
I heard it's quite lethal.
Yes, his somatrophy. I mean, he has a lot of that, and let's see now. He actually has skin as hard as bark, so he has like the equivalent of heavy armor naturally. And he does have claws on his hand, so he can fight with the claws. And
I believe
is
this
it.
as a salient point. I'm not sure how many combats Jessica's gotten to try to kill people in. If he does something other than try to engage in physical combat, does he get to roll to defend himself, or is he basically just trying to do something else and then the hammer comes down? See what I'm saying? Because usually in combat, it's the attacker rolls their attack and the defender rolls their attack effectively, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top.
Thing is, this turn, since you attacked last turn, their side are the attackers now.
Yes, I'm not saying who's the attacker versus the defender. I'm saying
Well, you've higher fire. This is true.
No, I'm really just saying, if he casts, for instance, a spell, does he then get to also try to injure me in melee combat?
No.
Or do I just roll in melee combat unopposed?
Yeah, I guess that would be a melee combat unopposed. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that was what I was trying to point out to
that's a fair
Jess, who has never been attacked by zombies, for instance, to my knowledge. That if you do something other than trying to engage in physical combat, the physical combat will go unopposed. That was all I was saying.
Yep.
That does alter his decision making, because he has already tried to cast a spell that just whiffed. So, I guess he's probably going to come at you with claws then.
Okay, he does have stone 3, so, you know, he's strong
Also-
with this.
Also, I
but
had no
his-
idea he had claws until a moment ago. So, you know.
I don't think you paid attention to his hands that much. He doesn't get any equipment bonus for the claws because the hammer is longer. So it's going to be
Makes
3d6 versus Sir Artegue's bazillion
Spend it.
dice.
Spending his last fate die, Sir Archie.
Yeah.
Spending.
You will
Sir
have
Archie
your...
needs
this
big
is
bad.
a desperate swipe by a cornered game,
Yes,
so.
it is. 3 dice for you, plus 1 for the hammer, plus 1 for the sword play, so 5. You have 2 successes, and Garax is 1. You win that one, and
Stop.
you
Hammer time.
do... yeah, you basically just... with a describe how those claws are coming towards you, and you have that hammer, and...
Well, gosh, I suppose that as Artegu's wearing armor, Garrix tries to claw at, like, you know, his soft, fleshy face, and the claws come up, they dive towards Artegu's eyes, and then the hammer comes down through the claws, through the head, through the chest, and to the ground.
Yep, that's pretty much it. 4 points of damage, which is enough to just break him. He is, as we used to say in these contexts, dead. Broken under that hammer. He tried desperately to fend off, and it failed.
Should give up on that book learning, take some Berserker.
I feel that we can go over to narration now, you guys.
Yeah, I think it's
Because
pretty
Oh,
like,
yeah, if you want
Sifanu
to,
has
sure.
control over the one undead. They will resolve the Nefria situation, and so on. So there you are, standing when the doors to the tomb open.
No, 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 no.
No? I take
life.
it. Grafficanus? Seems like a good moment
Yeah.
for that.
Does seem about right.
Will she be coming out?
I believe she's waiting within.
Indeed.
I think that's this. I think that is the scenario we had discussed.
Yes, I think so. Yep, the tomb is open.
I would give Artegu a fate die and say, hey, maybe you should tell the Earth to cover up that hole.
As you're discussing this,
Yes.
I don't like it.
as
I
you're
don't like it at all.
discussing this, ladies and gentlemen, you hear the steps of doom approaching along the path. There is, in fact, a lot of people moving your way from the east. And
Fucking restless.
yep,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those are the undead that have been chasing
No,
us.
no, no.
Oh, sorry.
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 I do know.
Thought you were
I do know
serious.
what you're talking about.
Supposed to say /S, so
there
I
is
know,
a
man.
lot of them, not just 3. There's like dozens walking towards you along this path.
Can we run away now?
They are blocking the path, so like the tomb or climb a mountain, I guess.
No, I guess we're going in, guys. I guess that's what's happening.
Can't we just run south?
More mountainous areas, climbing things.
Yeah, the
Ah.
only that path around the ring of the caldera was the only like travel method. That said, I mean, I'm fairly certain we can climb a mountain if we have to. We've already done it 4 times.
You have indeed, except you are now out of fate dice and cannot talk to the mountain anymore.
Fortunately, anyone who has one relationship with me can spot me a fate die.
Yes, they
Right?
can.
That's what I was implying earlier.
I think.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, that's. That said, I mean, so Grafficanus wanted to go in this tomb. Are all the Shagulites dead, by the way?
They're just standing frozen for now until the scene is over.
Okay, so while we have this conversation, I'm staving in their skulls.
I was gonna say I can't imagine the party not killing them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going, so I don't know. This tomb seems like bad news. Funk. And I'm sure Param is actually stabbing them too at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Param has a lot of rage to work out.
There is a
How
lot
did
of
she
rage.
get so violent, all of us? She was such a nice girl.
They killed
This is what
her
Shagulites do.
entire order.
I mean,
Her sister's boyfriend turned her into a zombie.
that'll do.
You are taking the time to cave in Shagulite heads.
Yeah, just while we discuss what's up.
Imagine trying to stab them is a very frustrating experience for Parama.
Yes,
No problem.
that skin is really hard to get through. Sifanu, Eldrida, Nefria has been released, of course.
I mean, yes, I guess we're going into the tomb. I will wait for Artegue to finish his business.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
The
could also
the
help
undead that I'm
and go
controlling, I'm
faster.
gonna send
Yes,
it
of
into
course.
the tomb first.
Say that again, Goat. I'm sorry.
The undead I'm controlling, I'm going to send it into the tomb first.
Okay, it's walking into the tomb. It's now in the tomb.
It's now in the tomb.
It disappears into the darkness.
Okay. Well, I didn't hear it get torn to shreds, so I feel a little better about this.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
And I take Grafficanus' staff and I hand it to Sifanu. This seems like your kind of toy.
Sure thing.
Well, it was moving on its own. That seems like magical. And magical
it
things get
is-
handed to Sifanu.
The claw is moving on its own. Yeah.
Yeah.
The king and the legion is coming closer, and you will notice, of course, that the Shagulites who have been whacked, and I'm gonna say like
They start getting back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that dies gets back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the demon get back up? Just coincidentally? I don't know how
Yeah, it
demon
does.
and undead interact.
It does. It kind of waggles around and does the same thing.
Given how badly damaged the demons are, I don't imagine they're going to be too effective. But
No, I mean, they might have broken wings and things and just kind of limp around.
Yeah, okay, so do you, again, you guys want to go in the tomb?
I
Do you
don't
want to
think
go?
we have a choice. I mean, we've got a wall of undead on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going in the tomb.
There are
Into the
lots of
tomb.
choices, but okay, we'll go in the tomb. There's a bridge, there's a mountain, and there's a tomb. You can
pretty sure
choose
the bridge
the
collapsed.
tomb.
The bridge has collapsed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Ah,
I
sorry.
mean, you
Then there
collapsed
is no
the Iron
bridge, you're right.
Tower, so what can I say, you know?
All right, into the tomb. Hooray. And we'll close the doors behind us.
Oh God.
Possibly, but not necessarily. Yes, you enter the tomb.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. It's terrible. Terrible idea.
Okay, there you are, standing on the much worn carpet. What do you do?
I don't know. Cry inside.
Close the door behind
Yeah,
us.
you
and then,
close the doors
look
behind
at
you.
Sifanu like he has an idea.
You close the doors behind you.
Yep. Sure, we got this.
Hmm.
So we're gonna go check out this door over here.
Yeah. Okay, go there then. You should be able to move.
I got it. I go check out the door. The closest thing we have to a rogue.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
I
just.
want to send
open
my
it.
undead companion through first, in case there's something scary.
That's a fair point. Undead companion goes in first. It's where'd it go? A zombie thing or a skeleton, what have you. It goes in. nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Once it gets about the middle of the room and doesn't seem to have been attacked, I'll enter.
Very well. This room, it's perfumed. It's beautifully ornamented. It's in the walls there are shining like blocks of stones, tiles of stones in the ceiling that are spreading a light down below. There are golden objects here, broken pottery, dust, powder, tears of cloth, destroyed books in one big mess. On the wall, in front of a broken table, there is the remains of a broken mirror. And in a beautifully carved bed with very dirty and dusty silk coverings, there's a very, very old man lying in a silk tunic, dried up, dressed in that tunic, long white hair, thin as a cobweb. He's lifting his head ever so slightly as you come in, raises a hand, opens his mouth, toothless grin, and then falls back again.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'd say Sifanu could ask him questions.
Sifanu,
but
he has tattoos in his face. Cargomission tattoos in his face.
Really? Can I
And
decipher
those-
what they might mean?
Yes, you will know. You're reading this. It's like reading a book. It's like reading, clan belonging, tribe belonging, age, generation, all that. Lying here in front of you in this bed, on death's door, is your grandfather El Mesum, the master of Cargomission symbolism.
What in the hell is he doing here? Okay, so I want to double check. Does he have a pulse or is he undead?
He has a pulse.
Okay, good.
want to give him like some, I don't know what it.
Yeah, some water. Yeah.
I don't know. Someone with medical knowledge figure out how to treat this man.
Right.
Otherwise, Artegue's answer is beer, drugs, and sex in that order.
I guess this is exactly where my medical would come in, right?
Yes, it would, but this person is very, very old and very much on death's door.
I would also consider Parama. It's really our only options. Can you talk to him?
She can. She will try to offer whatever she can of comfort, of course, to the old man. And I guess she will use her abilities with Commodida's frozen gift and try to soothe his pain.
He's still the best member of this fucking party.
Best member of the party.
And she does so. She clearly soothes his pain. And he smiles at her. He no longer has a pain.
Good.
Isn't that nice?
I'm gonna ask him what he's doing here.
Let me go. Let me go.
Sure. We'll let you go. Just anything you want to say first?
Avenge me.
Against Grafficanus? Because we did that.
That's all you get from him from now.
Can,
Deeply tight. There is another door.
well,
Oh dear.
I'll send the companion to go get the door.
Gets the door. Oh, for some reason it didn't translate to an actual door on the map, but it is a door. You can go through it. It's part of the wall, kind of like a stone thing. It goes through and doesn't get blasted to pieces immediately.
I guess we follow. Here we go.
Yeah,
Yay!
if the old man fell asleep, then there's not much I'm doing right now.
Indeed. You go into a room where a person is sitting on a stone seat? Describe this person.
She raises her head and sort of looks at the party. She is just as old as the gentleman in the bed, if not more so, but seems to be at least a little bit more spry. She might resemble another person you have met in the past. Looking at Mikhail, I'm remembering correctly, am I?
The nun Mogerland who went with you.
Ah. She was just an observer. I'm very confused.
Yep, she said she was just an observer.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Eldrida wanted to be friends with her, as I recall.
Yes,
I try to be friends with everybody. Let's be real here. Sometimes it doesn't work out, okay?
And she mostly just sits there and looks at the three of you.
Hello?
Well, hi be ho. So, what do you do around here for fun?
There isn't anything left. I have watched you. I don't know whether I should curse you for destroying my life's work or thank you for destroying all that I have done.
I mean, I'm going to go with thank you.
What, I didn't know we destroyed your life's work. Could you maybe tell us more about that?
Oh.
The Tower of the Shagulites.
Oh, I suppose. Yes. Yes. It makes sense. You'll have to forgive me. I used to be rather famous, and I have not spoken to anyone in quite some time, other than the disappointingly fragile individual in the next room. I am Shagul.
Uh-huh. I assume that Shagulite follow is Shagul. That makes sense. Okay. I don't...
Oh. So is your life's work like the tower or the cult?
Wasn't supposed to be this way.
What?
It was supposed to be about knowledge. Not what it has become.
I see. Well, what, I guess, I mean, I'm not really sure what to do with this. So you created the Shagulites?
I was a scholar. I asked questions that no one else would. Other people of a similar mindset gravitated to me.
I look pointedly at Sifanu.
No. She also looks at Sifanu like period of a few seconds, like it gets awkward, and then she sort of turns back to Eldrida.
Just before it gets too awkward, I'm going to ask about what you're doing with Grandpa in the next room over.
Prince Almesam was one of my disciples.
Uh-huh. Well.
So how long have you had him locked in here?
We have been here for about 50 years.
Well, I think he wants to go.
Yes, he's not alone in that desire. Unfortunately, I have succeeded too well.
Can you explain that a little bit?
The truth is, adventurers, I can only die by my own hand, and nothing has worked. Perhaps the weapon you carry might do it.
I look at my shiny silver undead slaying sword and I stick her through the heart.
No, one. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
That work? I mean, I don't know.
Don't worry though. If anyone's curious, she's the heroic one.
Yep.
She's the good guy.
Yeah. So you stick her through the. Okay. Roll your.
If she's in the middle of a sentence, I will let her finish speaking.
Okay. You're pulling out the sword, basically.
Oh well.
You could try this.
No, not that one. The other one.
I think she means the black one wrapped up in cloth on my back.
Oh, the evil one? Or the light-sucking one?
I suppose, actually, I'm confused. We do have a selection of weapons that we don't really understand. Could you point at the one you mean?
That's valid.
Yes. I would be happy to explain it to you. If you would just give me, and she gestures at the, like, I'm assuming it's the black and evil one?
Not the black.
Well, the black and evil are separate.
Yeah, the black
Okay,
and evil
sorry.
are separate. It's the long one.
We had the same
The
problem.
two-handed one.
It's this important artifact that I desperately want and can't remember what it looks like. Yes, that one.
It's the two-handed one.
Ah. So the evil one. I don't know. This sword's very evil. Sifanu warned us about its danger. Not sure.
That is the point. She sort of holds out like a emaciated hand. Like, not threateningly, but just like, hey, if you could.
Give me look.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not just gonna hand you this evil sword unless the folks agree. I'm sure you understand. I'm not the smartest one here.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about giving the evil sword to the leader of the Shagulites. I don't.
Oh, Shagul, are you aware of the fact that there's an undead king and what appears to be a horde of undead with him outside your door?
Yes, I would very much like to be dead before they get in here.
What are they here for? Do you know? Because we're very confused by the motivations of these undead, other than they seem to be following us.
If you give me the sword, and I may know that the end of my torment is near, I would be happy to explain it to you. In as much length or detail as you would like, or as time permits.
Okay, I mean, I just keep my sword out and I stand next to her, prepared to chop off her arm. I think that's how we'll do this.
Oh, yeah,
okay. Well, I want you to know that I'm extremely sympathetic to not wanting to be turned into an undead. Just before you off yourself, though, assuming the rest of my party agrees to let you off yourself, you are aware of the fact that at the moment, whatever the hell happened in Kruri is causing everything that dies to rise again as an undead?
Yes.
Okay. So you're cool with that happening to yourself if it happens?
I will no longer be myself.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that you knew, what was going on, because there aren't a lot of windows in this place that I can see.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, what do you think?
I mean,
Sorry,
let's
guys,
give it-
girls, Briar,
Give it
anybody.
a go.
Briar's
Poor
probably
Briar.
just weeping.
Poor Briar.
Yeah, the Briar is just standing around watching all this and just doesn't really know what to say. He's still out in the outer halls and just kind of, huh?
I mean, I'll stand here, and if she betrays us, then we'll, chop off her arm, I guess. Oh.
Okay. Do you want like
that or fight an army? So
yeah? Do you want like a beer or something first, or?
It's a valid question.
But I would just like this to be over.
Okay. Eldrida's got some cool drugs. If you
Nope.
you want to.
Just give her the sword.
Okay, fine. Give her the sword.
Alrighty. So
I'd want a last smoke.
So yeah, you hand her the sword. She makes no threatening motions towards you whatsoever. What she does do is drop it through the floor, and just sort of look up at you. Oops.
God damn it. Can I chop off her head now with my scimitar?
If you want,
I
you can
attempt to do
certainly
so.
try.
Can I, real quick,
Oops.
before the head chopping occurs?
Oops.
She looks like she's about to say something, but like she's
Before
not going to
that
win
head-
initiative on this one.
She says drops the sword through the floor. Does it mean she like drops sword and it literally goes like through the stone like butter, or is it like the stone's not even there, or is
There is a small
stick in the
slit
stone?
between the two tiles of stone, and it just goes down there.
motherfucker?
Yep. Eldrida, go ahead and roll.
No, that would be his grandmother.
Weird. Awkward.
Wow. You'd think that was like a grandmother fucker.
Okay, so I'm rolling like 7.
Yes, I think you're down to 5 fate dice now, right?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use it.
Yeah. So 3. Exactly. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Yeah, that's a success. You do 2 points of damage to, but that's not
And
quite
let's-
enough. It's
Unless Shagul's worse at Shaguliting than the Shagulites outside.
exactly. You cut Shagul, but not much happens.
Why'd you
Oh.
go and do that for? Now we can't be friends.
Well, she dropped the sword with an oops that I don't believe at all.
No, I was asking her. I knew
Oh.
why you tried to chop her head
Oh,
off. That
oh,
made
oh.
perfect sense.
Okay.
What's the deal? I will explain.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I suppose as long as you hold up your side of the deal, that'll be fine for now.
Oops.
What the hell did you just do and why'd you do it?
You are like children, stumbling blind, little knowing who shapes your path, much less where it leads.
that's what we do.
Chasing
Yes.
meaningless baubles, little thinking of the big picture. Well, allow me to enlighten you. It's no trouble. I have all the time in the world now. In ancient times, magic was a new and untested art. Many were seduced by its potential, lured to destruction by promises of power, eternal life. She starts pacing, like full-on professorial mode happening here.
Oh no, she's monologuing.
But life has no shortcuts, no substitute for hard work, for understanding. But I need not
Yes.
tell you the dangers of dabbling with forces you don't understand. As you have just told me, you have some recent personal experience of this, yes? I asked what you learned, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Not in the grand scheme of things. Nor are you the first to uncover forces so dark, so potent that they could destroy a city overnight. You've seen Kruri. Some of this will likely be reviewed, but I suggest you pay attention, for there will surely be a test. Not administered by me. I have better things to do. But life has a way of testing us, doesn't it? Or was I? Oh yes, Kruri. By now, you've discovered that an ancient and powerful people once lived there, one whose cruelty was outstripped only by their ambition. And yet, how much can really be accomplished in the course of a single human life? Even kings and queens must eventually bow to death. The Cruri feared death more than most, for death is the end of all ambitions. Thus, the Cruri developed the study of necromancy. But magic is not to be approached with fear. Such a posture always leads to taking things too far. The first necromancers did indeed conquer death, but they were too brash in their workings. No subtlety, no art. They drew the curse of the gods down upon them, and no more children were ever born to them. In sating their ambitions and solving their fears, they had sacrificed their legacy. Slowly but surely, the power of the Cruri ebbed. The earthblood spring from which they drew their power dried up, and one by one they died. Soon, even the most skillful and knowledgeable among them felt the coming of the end. It was then that the powerful seer, Rirba, put a proposal to King Otar, that's him out front, in case you're wondering. They must put their remaining people into a form of hibernation until such time as the curse too ebbed. Once the evil wind of the curse had blown over them, then, through the power of prophecy, would the Cruri rise again. The cleverest among you, and here she looks like directly at Sifanu, will have no doubt caught the problem with that wording. In any case, prior to their long sleep, the remaining Cruri caused a statue to be made, imbued with strong prophecies. This they left in keeping of their servants, the Gfurs. You've met them, yes, I think?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Arise they did, as you have seen yourselves. But the statue was not Cruri's greatest artifact. No. It was merely a signpost. That honor belongs to Abharing, sword of the necromancer king himself. Of course, the magic that formed it was cruel, as the Cruri themselves. 3 warlocks and the master smith were consumed in the process. A sacrifice necessary to produce the needed etheric force, you understand. And yet, when all of this was accomplished, it seemed to those present that the sword had created itself. That the pinnacle of all their skill, magic, and brutality had only provided a catalyst. The sword's first harvest came swiftly, as King Otar personally executed everyone involved in its creation. The sword moved almost on its own, and rumor had it that from that day forward, whatever intelligence inhabited the sword became the true ruler of the Cruri. This, again, is the problem with messing about with things you don't understand. Tools which are misused have a tendency to turn in the hand, as they say. But I digress. In truth, the Cruri may have remained long forgotten, lost forever, if not for me. For it was I, Shagul, who unearthed the outlandish tale of a long-forgotten people, the only one with the vision, the knowledge, and the patience to do so.
Can I kill her yet?
No.
Okay,
No.
keep going.
Yeah.
Began from tiny fragments from the tomb of Golavan. Tales my colleagues thought allegorical, religious morality plays on the perils of defying the wills of the gods and other such sentimental rubbish. Oh, how they laughed when I announced my intentions to take up residence on Majura with my disciples. Yet, here I am, and they're all dead, so who's laughing now? Sadly, I had solved the puzzle too early. The curse was meant to last 800 years. The very same curse made it impossible to find what I sought, to do as I was meant to do. There was nothing for it but to withdraw from the world and to wait for the end. I chose the most ridiculous of my disciples to serve as entertainment. You've already met him, as we've previously discussed. Now, the earthblood spring flows once more. Cruri have risen, and the sword is... She sort of looks down at her. Well, it was in my hands. The curse is lifted. Perhaps one day some future sage might find fragments attesting to your contribution to these momentous events. Perhaps they, too, will be mocked for arguing that a simple adventuring party was responsible. But after all, by then I'll have had time to think of a much better story. not to mention all the bootlickers who perpetually surround the powerful ego to mythologize and excuse their every action. All of this yet lies in the future. For now, I will express my sincere gratitude by allowing you to leave, unmolested, until we meet again.
All right. That's enough out of you now. Is everyone else done listening to her talk?
Yeah, we're done here.
Okay, cool. Now, just for the record, before we get into this, the very next time some ancient force wants us to give it magical items, can we please say no? Because we keep saying yes. And every time it seems to be an error. Now, on that note, Eldrida, yeah.
I try to hit her with the sword again.
I try to smash her with a hammer.
Okay, go ahead. I do believe that
Chagul just stands there.
Yeah, Sir Artegue is out of fate dice at this point, aren't you?
I'm not going to use a fate die for this because I don't know.
I've got no juice for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still have a lot.
Don't you have like 9 fate die or something?
Not anymore. I have 6 dice without the extra, so I'm just going to use that.
Yep. Okay.
You have 6. Jesus Christ!
I look at that.
Wow. That was absolutely miserable. And Sir Artegue as well. Really?
I at least get a success.
You do hit her, Sir Artegue, technically. Which means that you do 3 points of damage to Shagul because Shagul's armor is not stronger than that. Shagul staggers.
Yeah.
Oof,
I'm just under no illusions that actually wins.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you're not killing her yet, but she is definitely hurt by now.
I mean, she did say she was going to let you leave unmolested, and she appears to be doing exactly that.
Yeah, you've hurt her. You've hurt her good. Do you want to hit her again?
Wait,
no.
She's not doing anything?
Yeah, if she's not resisting, then clearly hitting her with a hammer. Artegue's not the smartest person in the party, but I'm not an idiot. Yeah. So this hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take one of the spikes from my climbing gear. I'm gonna put it in the hole. I'm gonna start trying to widen the hole with my fucking warhammer.
I'm gonna give you a fake die, and then you can just earth move it. Just split the whole room in half, so you can go down and get it.
Absolutely.
All right. Sifanu, how many fake dice do you have left here?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah.
5 now. 3.
I don't know. We are a very special crew, and I don't really know what Eldrida's standing there just deeply confused and staring at Sifanu looking for direction because she really didn't understand a thing you just said.
Sir Artegue, are you casting a spell?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is Shagul going to block it in any way?
With the power of Sifanu.
Has the thing I was aiming to accomplish been accomplished by now?
Yes.
Like, do I have any reason to? Okay.
No.
Yeah, so she's just gonna stand there.
Yep. Okay, you will roll your 4 dice to widen the crack.
I mean, in Shagul's defense, she didn't really expect anybody to, except possibly Sifanu to
Sir Artegue, you are now known as, or are you, is this Creationist magic?
No. Yeah, no, I did not stop to ask permission.
You didn't. So there you go. You are now known as a nefarious sorcerer of evil things. Parima will be looking at you very shocked that you're doing these kinds of methods. Also,
yeah, great. Thanks,
magic
Grandma.
mishap of some kind. Do we get like a...
Can I give him a fate die to reroll? Can I do that?
No, you
no,
can't use fate die to reroll.
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
We answered that once already this session.
Well, but you can use it with an experience to reroll. That's what I thought.
No, it doesn't use a fate die at all. It just uses an experience to reroll.
And you have
no one in the party but you has any experience they can use. We're all waiting for a scene of rest to level up.
It's been intense lately.
Okay. Sorry.
So a mishap of some kind, Sir Artegue.
I take however many points of damage. Sure.
Okay, 1 point of damage.
Yep. Ow. Well, this has been great. Fuck you very much, Shaggle.
You have a success, so there is a slight, it goes crack in the stone, and, it's slightly wider. There is some kind of chamber down there. It's much too narrow still to get down there, but there is a chamber. The sword isn't there, though.
Yeah, great. So this has been just swell. All right, any more bright ideas?
Oh, try widening the hole and get down there.
Cool. I will keep pounding on the hole with a hammer in a completely mundane fashion. I've got sinews and time.
And so you pound.
Shagul just sort of stands there looking like somewhat interested, because this is different.
Exactly.
Literally nothing has happened here in the past 50 years. All right,
this is different.
Dude,
this is fun.
Rip up my floor.
You do rip up her floor, and there is a chamber down there, and you will be able to follow a path that's going to take you back outside to where all the dead are.
Cool.
The sword isn't there.
Obviously.
So where did the sword go? I look at Sifanu.
To the undead king.
More than likely.
This path leads outside to the undead, Mikhail? You just said, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a bet the undead have it.
Well, on the bright side, they won't be chasing us anymore, right?
And I look at Shego, and we can't kill her. She's just gonna hang out here.
I'll pound on her with a hammer for a while if you'd like.
Are you gonna pound on her?
I'll walk over to Shaggle. Just John Henry her in the head 4 or 5 times. See if anything happens.
She is eventually going to go down.
The whole time he's doing that,
the head caves in, blood everywhere. Oh yeah, she's gone. Splat.
Well,
now if anyone in the Sifanu, if you would like to object, Artegue will of course stop.
I mean, I feel mildly better, but I don't
alive.
think that was really.
No, that's not going to solve the problem in any way, shape.
I also
no, not at all.
But you
can't get more followers.
I also feel like there wasn't actually any blood splattering. I don't think Shagul.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That was probably just really unsatisfying all around.
Caved in head.
I go through her pockets.
Nothing much but dust and lit.
Okay.
I mean, there might be scraps of paper with long ago faded writing. Maybe whatever this equivalent of a candy wrapper is.
Yeah. The wax paper that she used to keep toffee in.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, does anyone else have any ideas, or are we just going to walk out into the undead and hope they don't kill us?
You know what we should do? We should rest with his grandpa. We should just hang out here for a little bit and take a small nap.
And so the night will come to what remains of the Iron Tower, and you're taking a rest up here, just hoping that the undead go away.
I mean, I would rather have them as a bottleneck in the door than walking out and be surrounded by an army. I mean, at least...
Yeah, no, that's absolutely legitimate.
And at least here there's 1, 2, 3 doors, guys. 3 doors.
And this is, in fact, the end of Book 1 for the adventurers. The undead king, the restless king, will leave with his troops and let you be.
He has what he wants.
He has what he wants. When you decide to come out again, it's just going to be Marjura and the remains of the Iron Tower, which is gone. It's just basically the volcano, the hole, the lava. And you'll have to make your way across the island somewhere to someplace. But we will discuss about that in an epilogue at a later date, because there's also going to be level ups here, because yes, you get your moment of rest.
Yay!
Woohoo! Congratulations on completing Sulphur Winter, Book 1.
Yeah.
Don't everybody celebrate at once. What? You're all alive!
I just don't even know what to feel right now.
You're all alive and you won. Good for you.
The Shagulites are all dead. Grafficanus is gone.
I don't feel like I won anything. I
No, that's because the bad guys accomplished all of their goals continually, and we kept helping them do it.
Well,
details.
What, you
to be
you
fair, I didn't
destroyed
know.
Grafficanus, the Shagulites. You killed Shagul with a hammer to the head. What is left there?
Let's put it this way, Rob. We both get to put the W in our column.
I suppose we each get a fate die for completing prophecy for the bad guys again.
Yes, you're gonna get that. Yes, this is true. This is absolutely true. And so on and so forth. Yes, we will complete things on Discord, and I will, because we have a bit run over our typical 3-hour time, which was reasonable because Jessica is so awesome as Shagul, right? So
awesome.
we needed the monologue. We've been planning this for a while.
Thank you for letting me get all the way through that, by the way.
I really didn't.
That was lovely.
I really didn't want to stop it because I'm like, I feel like this is part of the story that we should just let this happen. And then I felt bad after I let it happen. So
it's also useful information. Like this was the letting me talk was the smart play.
Yes, it was. It was indeed.
I don't know.
I have a whole page of notes, and I'm sure I missed something.
So
It's
we will
recorded.
meet again, and
we won't see the recording for like 3 months.
Yes. Discuss the epilogue and so on and so forth. And thank everyone for listening and watching. And we haven't played through what happens in Arhem yet. It's
Arhem Mayhem.
Yes, it's not going to be.
Arhem's not going to exist for much longer. We'll just accept that and leave.
There is another place where you can go. Parama will know, if nothing else. On the eastern side of the island, there is a small island called Clustanova, where you can, in fact, find villages and whatnot. That might be a safe haven for you, and it might be a place where you can find a ship. Who knows? But that's going to be a trek across the island. But we will not deal with that right now. So, see you, everyone.
So, yeah, I guess that's it.